the recording here, because sometimes I forget to do that when I do intermission pieces like that. All right. Mind people, if you take pilot this round, you can't take it on another round, which means there's going to be more. Oh God, that's awesome. All right, let's see how the roster's forming up. That's nice. I'll put that in the title. There's playing PvP tonight. People love playing PvP. Whew. Warlord, what is the best in life? Liru, to flip your crosses, to see the wheels fall off before you, and to hear the laminations of my scream. Oh my God, different. What are you on about? Sir. Oh, that's pretty fun. Any craziness planned tonight? I mean, two things I gotta do. I gotta allow freaking Ilbanek's message because freaking weird slang words I've never heard of before, you know, yada da. There we go. Skip over a little glitch in the music. Maz is messaging me right now that he's taking a pilot slot, but someone on the enemy pilot side is Greg, and Greg is one of the best pilots in FNF. Yeah, it's Mountain and Greg taking the blue 4 pilots. Green 4 is going to be taken by Maz and Flux, but Flux is also pretty damn good. So we've got some ace pilots up there tonight for this first round. That should be interesting. But anyway, going through the message here. Blue Phoenix, I'm going to try to build a Kraz and DayZ. There's apparently a lot of plain PvP planned for FNF tonight, so I'll be curious to see how that all works out. We're just going to relax, have fun, and see how things go. Ilbanek even added that was a banned word. That's cute. Spent 1.5 hours in a sub dive-in that died to an Arma rock sliding bug. I'm sorry to hear that, Ilbanek. But, gosh, I forget what WOG stands for. Weekend Operated Games, that's it. I've heard of them. It's just funny that, you know, Twitch doesn't let you talk about them because WOG is, I think, a British slang term. I don't know. I can't keep track of every bad word in every language in every culture. But Twitch can. Try to build a Kraz and DayZ. Yeah, I mean, I might have to ask someone to, like, bring me 2 wheels, or I'm going to have to run over to the trader to get 2 wheels because I don't want to ask for help. I want to do it solo, you know, to just show that off. But I just find that so fucking funny that it just decided, hey, I'm going to kill you now. But now we have to also go up to that other position, and there's a 4th safe we can go grab with 200 slots, and that one you can put a freaking key lock on it, but yeah, you know. I don't know. It's weekly open games. Got it. Might try to join for round 2 and 3. Righto, Cole. Hope to see you there. No, it's okay, Ilbanek. You got one of the 2 versions of the word weekly, right? That's all I need in my book. Oh, Bloodwing officially made the invite for the 4th of July party. She's getting that sent out. I see that on Facebook. I swear, the only reason I'm active on Facebook right now is because of a fucking really old friend of mine that... you know what? I'm not even going to get into that story. Turns out she was a bitch. Oh, hold up. Wait, I got a multi for the NA branch. All right, 1 second. So that would be the multi-command. So I can put that down. Cool. And then I can put this in the Discord chat for FNF. All right, cool. That is all set. I can get out of Discord there. I find this all so funny with the damn Kraz situation, though, because if I knew that I would need 2 more wheels, I wouldn't have pushed the damn Kraz, but I also want to see if I could push it out, because I wanted to see if I could go back and grab that one, but now I feel dumb for pushing it and breaking it, because now I need to go freaking grab 2 more wheels off of it, but it's probably not going to be there, because I think I killed it, but who the hell knows? How do you add streams to a multi? Cole, just shoot me, when you get on TeamSpeak, shoot me a message with your Twitch URL, and I will add it when you get here on round 2 or round 3. I just say to wait till you're on the servers, so I make sure that, you know, you're actually on and whatnot. Because I don't actively check Discord or Twitch or, you know, any other media source for the URLs. I just get that. Offer to do it for 2 Kraz wheels. Do what? Wait, I'm scared. No. No. Different. Please. Please, not the Kraz wheels. I'm just gonna start killing people with Kraz. just touch my Kraz, sir. Just touch it. I swear, it doesn't bite. And then you just take their stuff and move on. Add for a multi. We charge Cole 2 Kraz wheels on a DayZ server for the multi. Oh my god. Should take another English class. Sadly, I passed the hardest we had available in my faculty. Or, I think you mean facility, but that's fine. Close enough. Ilbanek, I don't really do English that well either. Most people don't. We just get by. But, alright, let the chaos begin. You are absolutely right. I'm going to go ahead and put the prediction up now. So, let me go ahead, hit this button. This is green for attacking. Did Don just put it up? Because it just gave me an error for... Yes, Don did. Thank you, Don. I appreciate it. All right, so Tarawa, it's a really small, just massively fortified island. You have this massive UK fleet right here. They're basically going to start at the landing zone. This tells me that they're going to use the 15 minutes to come into the area here. Otherwise, Sector 1 is this beachhead right here. Sector 2 is this command station right here. And Sector 3 is more of a utility position back there. All right. That should be good. $20 on the Kraz winning? Well, we already had that fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Kraz kicked my ass. I beat it in the first round, but the second round, it beat my ass there, Chief. Defense wins championships. My God. Otherwise, it should be a pretty standard operation. I remember they played an operation out like this last year. I can't remember who won, but there's a lot more assets in play this time around, so it's really hard to say who might have the advantage here. So we'll go ahead and look at the roster. I saw Scandi Recon was on tonight. I assume some members of Papega have jumped in for the NA branch as well, with this being a limited release World War II style operation. And from there, we'll see how things go. 19K on red. What do you mean? Red is green 4 in this case. They're the attackers, and then blue 4 will be your defenders. So we'll see how things go. Kraz versus Kraz, the ultimate battle. Oh, man. But now we know there's a safe all the way up to the north in Berezino that I have to go fucking grab too, so... God damn. Now I gotta wonder what they're taking so long here. This is a Maz mission because 1437 is his tag. Or is it... Or was it 38? Fuck. It's an Anderson mission. My bad. It's not a Maz mission. Alright. We have a lot of ships in play here as well, so I imagine there's probably going to be some dynamic sound stuff going on as well. Righto, Ilbanek, good luck. I imagine you're blue 4 because you bet on yourself, as any reasonable person would. You know, I'm waiting, like, in a year or two, someone's going to bet, like, come into this stream and think channel points are more important than the server. They're going to bet on the opposite team, and they're going to find creative ways to kill their friends. I'm calling it now. They're going to make a massive bet on the opposite team and find a way to just kill all their friendlies. Well, any rivers? It's an island. It's a very small island. So no, there are no rivers. Oh, you're talking about Ilbanek's country. My bad. I am sorry. Oh, shit. Well, we don't want to draw a line. Both sides should prepare a line of Krazes. Winner is whoever makes it past. You're not going to let that go, are you, Different? I am under the sea. Ariel? Oh, God. There's explosions. I am now out of the sea. All right, so here we have blue 4. We've got 2 zeros ready to go, a white one and a green one. G-Legs flying the white one, Mountain flying the green one. Here are your 2 6-inch guns, and we got 2 light tanks right here with those tank crews. All right, blue 4 is going to be Japanese forces, so they have the Type 100 SMG, the Type 99 bolt-action rifle, and they're going to have the it's either Type 100 Type 99 LMG, which is basically a Bren. But we also have bazookas in play for AT guys on the blue 4 side as well. Otherwise, this is mainly a bolt-action army. Otherwise, leading for this one is going to be Pierce, leading round 1 blue 4 defense here. Racket is going to be the platoon medic. Sam leading the X-ray team. Lolo taking the scoped Artistia, I don't know how to pronounce the damn rifle. Type 99 bolt-action rifle. Jabby being the medic. Mike being the 2 IC/spotter. Vagrant leading Charlie with Mr. Chicken being the medic. I'd assume this is Charlie 1. Den leading that group. They're starting to merge under Charlie, actually. So I'm just going to consider this entire group here. So Jack, Ace, Den, Box, Phoenix, Grav, Ivan, and Thrill House are going to all merge under Charlie there. You got Rancid leading Echo. Echo 1 has Rickenbacker with Killer Wolf and Z Thomas. Echo 2 has Wallace and Immortal Flame with Swede under him. Foxtrot being led by Artisan with Space Cowboy Carl, Absorbed, and Blam under him. Alpha 4-1, which I'd assume is a subgroup of Foxtrot, probably going to merge, is Schnuffles and Corvo together. One tank crew is Arcane Wise and Ilbanek. The other tank crew is Bobby, Bossman, Gur, and Steel. And I've already said Mountain and G-Legs are flying. Jack will probably fold in with someone. He's under Charlie 1. Okay. Otherwise, pretty solid defense here. Are these Bettys? Oh, God. I think those are Betty Bombers. Cool. Otherwise, looking over at Green 4 here. So Green 4 already have the tanks on the ground here. These are just some standard Shermans here. But otherwise, the remaining guys are here. And so they have a script for the planes for them to automatically be in the air and flying. They just have to make sure they have their engine fully on before they do it. Otherwise, they could still crash into the ground. They had it last year. Let's see if anyone manages to scuff it, though. So you have multiple landing craft here, but only 2 of them are going to have ammo, and I think they're separated by that little thing right there. But you have your battleship fleet doing stuff here. And I'd imagine all these boats have their sim disabled because they're just floating. And then you have your boats, quote-unquote. It's a very powerful battle group, guys. It's doing a lot. It's doing a lot, all right? Easy. Otherwise, your attacking faction with U.S. forces are going to see M1 Garans, M1 carbines, Browning automatic rifles, maybe some M1919A6s. I'm looking. There's there, right there. Yeah. Probably some Thompsons for your leadership. There's the Browning. And beyond that, I don't see anything else. Probably Springfield here, the Thompsons on the leadership units. Springfield for the sniper, I'd be willing to bet. But otherwise, let's look at our groups here. So Mr. Despacito leading Platoon HQ for Green 4. Time because the 2AC Sushi as the medic. Barnes leading X-Ray Tender Banner with the scope of Springfield. They're trying to swim. And Squeak as the spotter. Anderson leading Alpha Squad with Martin as the medic. Patriot leading Alpha 2 with Loki, Banks, Cobb, and Kevin under him. Sven leading Bravo with Parker as the medic. Lurch leading Bravo 1 with Nuclear Moose, Russell Lennox, and Mito. Bravo 2 being led by Norris with Bates. Green Shade, Eagle, and Poe. Gamma 1, one of the 2 tanks, is going to have Keen, Novix, and Naders together. And Gamma 2 is going to have Bans, Guy Fury, and Michael together. 2 really good tank teams there. We have Maz flying 1 Hellcat, Flux flying the other. They are identical in the terms of looks. And then we have Charlie 2 on the bottom. Interesting. With Scandy Recon, Nemesis, Naps, Puma, Waldo, Whiplash, Zuck, and Stark. Leg is on his own. Charlie 1, I'd imagine he's going to form in with Charlie 2. And then Echo 2, another team, is going to be Cosmonaut, Thorn, Fist, Warwick, and Dreek all together. All right. This is round 1. Falcon, if you want to fight Pepega and Scandy, go blue 4. If you want to join Pepega and Scandy, go green 4. I really couldn't begin to tell you who has the advantage here. But otherwise, blue 4's first sector is this entire strip of land, which is a lot. All right, that is a lot to work with. We'll see what they are capable of. Sector 2 is this little HQ building right here and the area around it. And Sector 3 is this position back here. And you can just hear this position getting shelled to shit. Interesting. Now, while all this is going on, I'm going to make a note in my sticky note here to start writing down any NA highlights, and we still have 10 minutes to go. So, chat, how is your evening tonight? Looks like Blue 4, they can only go as forward as Sector 1 here. It's quite interesting. We'll see if there's any other adjustments otherwise, but that seems to be it for the most part. And it looks like the tank crew's already starting to do reconnaissance. Green 4 can already start moving their infantry in the form of these amphibious landing vehicles, and it looks like they are already starting to do just that. And it looks like the remaining guys are going to load up back here. Maz and Flux are also in their planes ready to go, but we just have a little bit of time to work with. Oh, what pizza did you order, Nightstorm? And Ghost Wolf, I did just hydrate, so thank you. What mod gives you all the American equipment? I think it's all a mix of IFA and Faces of War, but there's also some specialized World War II mods out there, like U.S. military mod, that can make it even more in depth, and you can, go to like, the 101st Airborne, 82nd, 506, that sort of shit. Vodka or rum for tonight? You know what, Phoenix? Go with your heart. Enjoy being home, right, Oberor? I'm happy to hear that you have returned home. Hope everything's going okay with you. Everyone always asks where's the battle group, but not how's the battle group. God, those memes are funny to me. A smorgasbord. Nice. Was that a round that went over his head, or was that just me freaking out over eyesight? Don't arma each other. Not right now, please. Oh, that would have been funny if that launched that other tank into the frickin' ocean. Green 4's down to tank. Restart the mission. These guys are getting set up and ready to go. Yeah, these guys are going to make landfall before the mission starts. They'll be fine. So Different saying he thinks the attackers have the advantage because they have the numbers and the rate of fire with the semis, and unless the defenders can keep them at bay, yeah, they will probably be in trouble. Again, Blue 4, they do have more automatic weaponry. Here's the thing, though. Even the Green 4 pilots said that Blue 4 might have the more superior pilots, but I don't think the pilots are going to make too much of a difference in this operation. I think that's just something fun and cinematic to have in the air while the actual fight goes down. These two Shermans are going to completely outperform the Blue 4 tanks. And here's the thing, Green 4 has a 15% number advantage, but they have 2 tank crews and 2 pilots. Blue 4 has 2 tank crews, 2 6-inch guns, and 2 pilots as well. So that's only going to further skew the number advantage in Green 4's favor. I'm really worried that Blue 4 is going to get out, basically just overwhelmed at this point. And we saw how tanky these 2 Shermans were back in the 3rd round of EU. So I don't think we're going to see the Shermans take any real damage here, because they were taking fire from a 76mm, and it just didn't do shit. It only penetrated in and killed off people within the tank, but it never outright destroyed the asset, or even showed a damage texture in it. So I'll have to see how things go. Nightstorm saying he's getting a Jet style, which is Detroit style pizza with a thick slab of garlic bread. Oh, it's delicious. Half ham, bacon, pie. And I was just starting to like you, Nightstorm. I was just starting to like you. All right, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Just strip him of his Lance Corporal badge, strip him of the Betty. Nah, I'm just kidding. Look, here's the thing. Like, pineapple and ham is a good mix. You got the saltiness of the ham, the sweetness of the pineapple, but then you gotta go put it on a pizza. It's just, you're breaking my heart. Breaking my damn heart. All right, 5.5 minutes remaining. I mean, yeah, so both sides have bazookas, which means they can also rearm off of each other's AT. But again, I think Blue 4 is going to be way too stretched thin, and then the majority of their weaponry are bolt-action rifles. Add to the fact you got Scandi and Pepega on Green 4. I mean, it's just... There's a lot stacked in Green 4's favor. Now, the first round of EU was a lot similar to this. I thought the defenders would get their butts kicked, and they were also the Japanese force, but somehow they pulled through. Now, I'm going to be honest, though. That was mainly because they had Pepega to work with them, and they had Bans, which, in my opinion, is the top player of FNF. So, who do we have on the defender side that's really going to help stem the tide? You know what I mean? Let me check the log here. I want to believe. I don't think Falcon can stop everyone with a bolt-action rifle, but he is damn well to try. Pierce is a pretty good commander. Ilmenek's pretty good with the tank. Mountain and G-Legs are good pilots, but I don't see the Zeros doing anything after fighting the Hellcats. It's tough. This is going to be tough. I really don't know. Yeah, no, I've seen really good players in FNF. I've seen Pepega get overrun because they only had bolt actions, but they were fighting dudes with like automatics and freaking semi-auto M1 Garans and shit, or SVT-40s, depending on the faction they're fighting. But that was all of last week, so even Pepega wasn't able to really turn it around. I will say, though, this week's matches with EU relied a little more, if not a lot more, on individual players making multi-kill plays than last week. Last week was just an all-out slog, but all 3 EU rounds, if I recall correctly, got really, really close. Round 1 EU was pretty close. Round 2 EU also was technically close, but you could see where it was going. Round 3 also got really close. They all got within, I want to say, single digits of players on both sides, but I mean, that's to be expected. That's how chaotic this shit gets. Two and a half minutes remaining. I don't know the exact shell counts of the vehicles because we don't have the newer framework. They're using last year's framework for these missions because they didn't want to port everything over. So I can't tell you how the round counts of the tanks. I think both sides do have HE capability, but I don't know how much. Here's another thing I'm going to say. This is a death trap. Being on these guns is a literal death trap. Yes, you have a 30 cal. By the way, this is a 30 caliber, not a 50 caliber, so it's pretty much like a 7.62 rather than a 50. So it's not really an anti-material rifle round penetrating, it's just a suppressive round. And then Blue 4, they also do have 2 static MGs. I don't see them holding the bottleneck here. They have a few guys in here just for the sake of holding, or at least staying in this territory. Where did Falcon fold in? He folded into Echo 2, and they're on the back line. All right. Oh, man. Let's see it. It's a full auto M1 Garand. Hey, you can get like 5 shots out of the M1 Garand before that guy with the Japanese Type 99 rifle can finish pulling his bolt to fire the second round. And those 5 rounds at 7.62, or excuse me, 30-06, that's enough. 30-06 is pretty similar to 7.62 by 5.1, I believe. Not exact, but they're close. It's a big round. Falcon just poked me saying, bro, it's time to be Private Jackson from SPR. I actually don't understand the reference, but you know what? I'm sure some of you will. This should be good. Right up, Roar. All right, so we hear both sides of planes spinning up. And there's the start. All right. Now, I want to know what you're thinking. How are these Hellcats going to take off? Well, you see, American Hellcats back in the day were the most superior craft they ever made, other than the Shooting Star, but they have VTOL technology. See? Here, I'll demonstrate again. VTOL technology. And they're off. That's how they took off from the carriers, guys. It just went up. Duh. All right, Green 4 pilots swooping in. So you got to remember the play area is here, but aircraft are allowed to leave the play area. We've got one tank set up on the northern side. Trying to find where that other tank is. It's on the southern side, so a little limited in their positioning there. We got some smoke grenades being thrown. But otherwise, wow, it is really hard to tell which plane is who's playing. I know Flux and Maz are the Green 4 pilots. Mountain and Greg are the Blue 4 pilots. So both sides are kind of just keeping a wide berth here. Uh-oh. G-Leg's coming in with that 0. Doing a low strafe as it looks like. Have some engagements going on. G-Leg's taking ground fire and fire from the sky. The other pilot is north. We have some dagger cuts going on as Flux tries to get into Maz, but G-Leg's now behind Flux. A lot of ground fire, but it is not ranged enough. Mountain disconnected. He was the other Blue 4 pilot. Uh-oh. So one of the zeros has already gone down to a technical error. Maz doing his best to try to get around G-Legs. But now with a 2v1 here, I don't know how G-Legs is going to be able to outperform two pilots there. They gotta be careful they don't hit each other, though, in their own sprays. Now, I am watching the main fight from afar as well. You see Green 4 starting to move into this sector. Like trying to get a dagger cut on Maz, intentionally stalling here. Ooh, those stalls. Meanwhile, we have Swedge coming up. There's Sector 1. Swedge finds Naps and headshots him. And if he wants, he can take that M1 carbine now. But him leaving that sector, and I think there's another guy in Sector 1 that got killed off, means Sector 1 is lost, but now Swedge has the opportunity to get behind enemy lines here. The Zero's smoking. I think the Zero just got shot down. It's gliding. So he's attempting to glide in. He's got his gears down. He's going to land on the beach. likes trying to bleed speed, and he does it. So now the Americans have air superiority. G-Legs is trying to avoid being shot at this point. As I say that, he's shot. Woo! There's your plane BVP. And now we'll see what the Americans on Green 4 here do with that air superiority. They'll be able to strafe enemy positions. Oh, G-Legs woke back up, and he is going to be able to get away. Lucky him. Looks like Swedge was taken out. Stark came in to where Swedge was, and we do have a body back there. All right. Stark found a Japanese guy. The Japanese guy did not survive. Now, I have heard that there will be more planes tonight based off of what was said by the admins, reminding people that they can't take plane slots a second time unless no one else wants them, so... we'll see what they decide to do. And now we're just going to have these Hellcats coming in from afar. They're still strafing the plane, though. They need to change targets at this point. So let's see if there's some coordination from the ground. Oh, wow. So a shell just came in and knocked Norris and Eagle out. Oh, wow, a lot of people are down. I think that's the tank firing. I don't know what else that could be, but that's a lot of knockouts on the Green 4 side, or it's a 6-inch gun. Nasty shot there. But yeah, Green 4 southern line's pushing. The northern one's still a little stuck, but it looks like the tanks are supporting. No, we got one tank supporting the south. I'd assume one is now supporting the north as well. Infantry still being slow to move up, though. I wouldn't stress too much yet, though. The main fight is the ground. And Green 4 had a lot of guys just get knocked out down here. I'm not sure what their status is. I am seeing bodies, though. So yeah, they've lost quite a few guys to the south. The north is also taking casualties. But looking at Blue 4, I only know of one guy that was killed. That was Swedge, and Wallace also died. So we also, I think, just lost Sam. Now you got the other Sherman firing from afar, getting multiple knockouts here with its machine gun. Looks like the pack gun got disabled. Picking up more of that Type 100 SMG ammo. So Green 4 now pushing as the planes continue to strafe, but the planes don't really know what is going on here. Big skill issue. Did I find Wilson? Oh no, Clown Prince, yeah. Clown Prince was mountain and he crashed, yeah. Did you find Wilson, buddy? Alright, so I think Jabby's going for the SMG in this situation, which I don't blame him for. Hear machine gun fire going, shots are going left, right, and central. I don't know why I'm seeing grenades being thrown. It's way too early for that. I think they think the enemy's a lot closer than they actually are. Something's on fire over here. I think that was the plane. I think the tank finished it off. But now you got the Shermans firing into here. This tank got stuck, and it's now infinitely wobbling. Interesting. And you got a fighter now strafing. Both fighters following each other in this strafe. And Maz just exploded. He crashed because he has a -1. That's cute. Well, it's okay, Clown Prince. You weren't the only one that crashed. So we got Barnes down here, but we have G-Legs up here. He's a pilot, and he's got a handgun. No, handguns in World War II FNF haven't really been too effective. So we'll see if he gets the drop on some of these guys. Otherwise, both flanks here are advancing. This group, I think, is going to try to go to Sector 3. This group's trying to smash to Sector 2. What's our time? We're only 10 minutes in. Ooh, yeah, wait for one of them to stop. One of these guys just got killed. Knocks out Squeak. And they trade. So these guys could still wake back up, but yeah, one headshot right there from, it's either a carbine or a Quran. Yeah, they're waking back up. And Maz is still on fire. All right, so we have the tank over here. Is the other one still doing the hippie hoppy? Yes, it is. But the tree got knocked over. So the other tank's adjusted to the south at this point, and it's switched to its machine gun and turned its main gun around. That's a weird call. So the US also have a bit of an armor superiority right now as well. Otherwise, you got Green 4 pretty much pushed up on this position. They're engaging. Wow, a lot of Japanese forces attempt to push back here, and they got pretty badly taken out. I think they pulled the 6-pounder gun back as well, but yeah, now they're pretty much dying in this position. It's looking more and more like a Green 4W here. And the tank's coming up to flank. So I gotta wonder, yeah, so the tank crews pulled all the way back. They're SOL. So casualties have gained on Blue 4's, oh, Maz is all the way up there now. I don't know how Maz did that, but here he is. Okay. Falcon's still alive. On no kills, though. He's waiting in the back line right here, and he's trying to get some pickoffs. He does have the grenade rifle adapter, though. He's doing his best to sight out targets, but yeah, no, that last Blue 4 guy that was unconscious there just got double tapped by Stark. And you're just seeing that technology difference, man. You're seeing a strafe on that light tank. Minimally effective, though. Now, does Gurr have any AT? I don't think so. He has his handgun in a dream. Yeah, so these guys, it looks like they're abandoning Sector 3, so this force will be able to get there and then flank it, but beyond that, there's not a lot left. Maz is shot by someone on the ground. Someone looked up and noticed him. It might have been Falcon. I don't think Matt's gonna wake back up though, because Type 99, once it hits you center mass, you usually don't wake up after that shot. So that tank's pulling back a bit, I think back to its allied infantry. They're still pushing and assaulting. You just have Artisan left right there, I think because they noticed that pack gun on the left side, but yeah, no, those guys are pretty much screwed. So a tank got put around on the northern side. Here's Maz. Falcon's moving up to potentially tap him. He's got to be careful though, because there's a tank right here. So I think Falcon just tapped Maz and now he's pulling back. Congrats, Falcon. Your one credited kill is an pilot that was in no position to engage. Gurr comes around, knocks Squeaks out, but then he gets picked off. Maz, did you enjoy your tumble there?
Did you see what happened after?
Yeah, you fell down next to Falcon and Falcon killed you. Now, I will admit, it is hard to hear you over the gunfire, my friend, so I will just do my best to commentate with the open mic. Go ahead.
I did at least get the plane.
Yes. Yes, you did.
And then I got my own plane.
Yes. That's okay. Mountain got his own plane, too, and he was on the other side, which is why that fight was a 2v1. All right, otherwise, we're going to strafe going right here as Flux tries to get some infantry, is unable to. Blue 4 staying in the zone here, throwing some well-placed grenades. And that catches at least 2 Americans. More grenades going back and forth. Some are bouncing off of the walls, but the rounds are penetrating. And 3 Japanese players go down. Falcon trying to help Lolo. No, Falcon's trying to take Lolo's marksman rifle, but he's dragging him into the bunker, so maybe he's still going to help. Otherwise, Tank is looking around right here with his machine gun, trying to find an angle. Most of Blue 4's guys wake up after those grenade throws. But more grenades are thrown. Yeah, they're shrapneling through these wooden barriers here. Oh, one bounced over and does more damage to Pierce, but he is sticking in the corner. He is mostly okay. And now Blue 4 are going to do their best to hold this zone. The Southern Green 4 group still slowly advancing. Artisan's still right there, but this is tough. More grenades being thrown. That knocks Pierce out. They're trying to hit Stark with some SMG fire right now. We have Grab with the bazooka out. He's waiting for that tank to come up. And Green 4 are making their first push here. But I think this is going to be their only push. The only other force is on the southern side, so Blue 4 can weather it. They stand to be in a good position, but it's a tough call. More grenades being thrown on the right. That might have just friendly fired a few people. I think that's a smoke about to go off. Ooh, grenade thrown wide. Knocks, does some damage to Nemesis. Falcon firing, receiving fire from Nemesis there. And he gets picked off as Falcon knocks him out. Patriot getting knocked out as well as he pushes by some submachine guns on the right. That was probably Zandu. And now you have the other Sherman coming around. Hopefully the light tank will be able to put some shots in it. Mike caught out of position here. Nemesis wakes back up. Falcon unable to land the killing shot. And then Nemesis trades with a submachine gun downrange, but he's still only knocked out. I doubt he'll wake up a second time. So Green 4 doing their best to also move forces up the northern flank. At this place, the numbers are pretty even. But Green 4 have 2 tanks supporting them, and they also have an aircraft that can help out. Mike gets knocked out because he was in the middle of the open for some silly reason. And the tank crew abandons that position and starts getting picked off. A bazooka fires or something heavy. I think it was just short, though. And another AT round goes way high. And the other Shermans now come around. Wise trying to kill Mackenzie, unable to get the kill there because handguns suck at FNF tonight. And they somehow manage to knock each other out. Wise survives, though, might be able to wake back up later. Other tank is now cooking off. Blue 4, I don't think has the AT to deal with this. Falcon staying on the rooftop. You have Blam knocking out Cool Breeze with his LMG. Despo getting knocked out. I don't know by what, though. Both sides are just taking significant casualties right now. Patriot runs up and knocks Falcon out. Falcon was up on 3 kills. Patriot gonna double tap, and there's the kill. I just heard something heavy hit one of the tanks. Don't know what it was, though. AT hits one of the Shermans, flames it out. And the crew desperately tries to run out. Oh, King might get run over? No, okay. Fake is now trying to fire AT rounds on one of the remaining Blue 4 garrison positions here. As Thomas here is trying to pick out some of the gunners. Pokes his head out, though, and the other tank's firing at the top of the bazooka launcher. I got another LMP gunner, might try to pick people up. He might try to hit Arma Jesus there, but is unable to line up a shot. And I think Green 4 have this pretty decisively. Meanwhile, the other plane, Flux, has crashed in a tree from the looks of it. And the rest of Green 4 is advancing on that other position. But this looks to be a decisive Blue 4 victory here. We got Lolo on the rear with that scoped Type 99 rifle, trying to get some more pickoffs. He's only gotten 1 kill with it. It's not really showing any good progress. Grenade goes out. It's going to be a smoke, otherwise it would have killed Tymic by now. But someone just shot Tymic in the face. That might have been Killer Wolf. Thomas taking fire from his flank, and Mr. Despacito knocks him out as Thomas tried to knock that tank out. I think this is the end. Despo coming around the flank with that Thompson and manages to knock them both out. There's that sector captured. We're just waiting on the Southern Force to push into the final sector, and that will be GG. I give it 2 minutes, maybe 1 at their rate. Now, Blue 4 is fully eliminated as well, minus Lolo. So if Lolo gets shot, it'll then go by default as Blue 4 being eliminated. So Rex, you're probably right. I might have said Op 4 on accident. I just get the wires crossed. Lolo got knocked out. I don't know what hit him, but he's down.
Yeah, so funny enough, if you crash the plane, the only way out is if you use the scroll wheel option to take off, and then it flings you up like thousands of feet.
Who?
Oh, you the pilot?
Honey, you say something?
Yeah, you gave me the real like Pacific pilot
I think I
experience
just heard something said.
Dude, I was
of landing on
literally
Japanese garrisons.
I shot you 6 times. I was literally looking up and I was like, ooh, another plane. I was about to shoot it and I was like, oh, parachute. Must shoot. Put so many bullets in you, you would die.
Apparently the Blue 4 tanks didn't have any AT.
Yeah.
They didn't have any tank shells. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't think the Hago have.
Truth is, boys, the game was rigged from the start.
Gun go click instead of bang. Unfortunate.
Yeah, just waiting for the 2 remaining Blue 4 guys to bleed out. Or someone to get in the sector.
I'm waiting for Flux to go 1,000 feet in the air. This is the only way out of the plane. There's literally no option to get out.
How the fuck does he have 5 friendly knockouts? What the hell?
And there's the final sector.
No, it's not 5.
It's points, because when you destroy a friendly plane, you lose 5 points.
Yo, I'm gonna try and dogfight this game. I wanna fly.
There isn't one next.
Son of a bitch.
Round 3 has it, though, right?
Okay.
Oh.
Because they mentioned don't take plane slots again tonight if you took them the first round, so that tells me there's going to be more.
Yeah. Oh, like a Loki, Puma, and Maz.
Whew.
Alright, I'll see you guys.
See ya.
See ya. All right, first intermission of the night. We're going to proceed to round 2. And to get there, I have to do a few changes here, so... Let's see what the next map is. The map is Northern Front's Ihuntalia. All right, the mission, this is round 2. I will pay out the prediction if Don doesn't do it in just a second. All right, this is round 2. Blue 4 appear to be Japanese. Op 4 appeared to be, Soviets. So, 4. So, it's attacking 3 Blue 4 positions. Op 4 has a, what's the number advantage? 10%. 10% numbers advantage. A mortar. Wow, okay. Well, blue 4 has 2 light tanks. Alright, that should be everything set there. Oh, thank you, Wolves. And hydrate, you got it. Alright, we'll see how long it takes from the slot for this one. I'll take out the plain PvP part in the title. We might see that return if round 3 has PvP, but based off what they said, I feel like they should have it, but otherwise we'll see how things go. So, how is everyone's night tonight? Again, we'll be doing rounds 2 and 3, and then I'll get back on the DayZ server. We'll try to repair that damn truck, but it should be pretty funny, in my opinion. We'll see how everything goes. Yes, Boo? Why do you want to move? You wanna? But Sigrid will be there. Yes. You wanna go to Sweden? Just out of this country? What else did they overturn today? Oh, I told you that this morning. Yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I thought you said they were going to...
No, I said it was officially overturned today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I blocked it out.
I think you blocked it out, yeah. Okay. Well, they can smoke weed in Canada, but it's hard to farm in Canada.
Oh, Canada would be great. They speak English. They're just chill people there.
I have some friends in Canada if you
I wouldn't
want.
mind Canada.
Will your company let you work out of Canada?
Probably, if I ask nice.
Okay.
They have some stuff in the UK, too.
I'm not going to Loyson's land
Okay.
and shitty food land. Sorry.
Where's the cheapest healthcare? Because if I'm going to have a baby, I'm going to make sure, damn sure it's cheaper. If they're going to make me have a baby, I want it to be cheap. Oh, I'm dying inside.
I mean, you can't go to the UK for that. You'd have to have a baby having license. And then you'd have to have a giving birth license. And then you'd have to have a boy or a girl license for the baby.
A license?
Yeah, license.
I see.
Yeah.
I could always use a friends for dinner if I was in Europe.
Expensive but cool. Yeah, we don't have that much money. We're like middle class, I would say. But middle class is dying right now, so.
In comparison to the economy in the United States, what if we went to another country? It would be, depending on what the scaling is there. would be
Yeah.
Rich or poor.
Yeah.
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 God, a lot of other places look so much better right now.
Okay.
between the whole Roe v. Wade situation and the mass shootings that continue to happen in schools,
Yeah.
you'd have to give up your guns.
No. I'll find a way to smuggle them. It's fine.
I have a hook.
One second.
My goodness, contraception, yes, gay rights, privacy in the goddamn bedroom. I can't do kinky shit. Because SCOTUS decided that's not okay. It's not constitutional, Karen fucking Lee.
All right, honey. I try to keep politics off the channel, though.
I know, I just can't. I'm half joking.
I know.
I'm half. It's
Only half, though.
60% joking.
Give it a year, it'll probably go down to 40%. All right,
I
Boo.
have that. Alcohol sounds nice. That'll help kill it, right?
Yep.
Well, how is FNF?
It's good.
Okay.
It's good, Boo.
The server recover from the other one?
Yes.
Okay. Because you said the server wasn't up, so you left and ate tacos.
Oh yeah. For the Daisy thing, yeah, that
that
went
was
up.
Daisy.
They were
Okay.
they were updated. No. FNF was fine.
Did Frost kill it again?
No, this is a different server.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do Daisy tonight?
Yes. Because I didn't have the chance to during the stream. That is my foot. Please stop tickling it. Honey, I don't bug you like this during meetings.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, I do.
Come in.
I'm gonna do it more often. Ooh. Yeah, monkey noises.
Monkey
I
noises.
hope your boss hears it.
I get concerned that they hear you streaming.
They do?
I'm worried. My mom can hear you streaming from upstairs when I give her a phone call.
Really?
Yeah. So
Awesome.
I just am like, it's
Just
the
don't
TV,
say it's your
the
little
TV.
terrorist downstairs. That would probably get concerning.
You shouldn't say that on stream, honey. There's already so many things being flagged by the government. We don't know what else is gonna get flagged.
We're gonna get killed. Yay, spaghetti. Okay, well, do a flip next time. Ah, man, these rounds take forever. You want to put this bottle cap in the thing?
Yes.
Cool. I know. You know a guy that had a pool party on the North Pole. I don't think you're supposed to have pool parties up there.
Polar bear dip, let me go. I did it at the beach.
Not with your back like that, you're going.
It'll cool it down. Inflammation is gone.
Yeah, you also freeze to death.
It's formality.
I still need you to pay your half of the mortgage, though.
Guess you can freeze my assets.
All right, I'll be right back. I need to beat my girlfriend real quick. All right, get over here.
No, at
Get
least
over
let
here.
me get pregnant.
No.
first.
What? Don, delete the VOD.
Sorry.
Don, delete the VOD right now, please. Wolves, I'm sorry, you're the one here. Delete the VOD. Please delete the VOD. One of you delete the fucking VOD. Oh my
I'm
god.
sorry, that was really dark.
Friday night beatdown.
I'm sorry.
Coming at you live. Sunday. Oh no, Friday.
Friday.
I'm smacking her again.
Ow.
Yep. You want another one?
Huh?
Titties.
Yes, Daddy. This is where we make your entire stream uncomfortable.
Get under the desk right now.
Okay. Actually, I don't think I can do that with my back.
Oh yeah, with your back.
I would, but I can't.
Damn inflation.
Inflation?
I blame inflation.
Inflation of my spine, I guess. Titties. Titties.
Why did my music stop?
Saves the VOD instead.
Don't save the VOD. Delete the VOD. Please.
Espen. Hold on. My brain had to take a second for that.
Espen salt bath, Bloodwing.
No, Epson. Oh, okay,
Not Epstein. Epson.
What the fuck?
Yes, I know he didn't kill himself. Anyway,
I'm comfortable with this.
don't make me hard.
Steph Bloodwing, what are you doing?
I swear.
I just watched a Criminal Minds episode where this girl got into an accident and she ended up with that hypersexualization where she wants to screw everything.
Give her my number.
So she ends up screwing someone and having a kid, but they lie to the kid and say that the mom is the sister and that he's adopted. So he wants to fuck his mom because he doesn't know because they're not related and stuff, and she's fucking everything else. And so finally she tells him that she's his mom, and he murders her because mommy issues.
Okay, I gotta start the round now, but thank you for telling that lovely story. Okay? I love you.
Oh, you're so embarrassed. At least the titties are there to help.
At least the titties are there to help it. You're exactly right. But I do have to get started, okay, Boo? Okay? I love you. All right, I'll see you later. I want to make sure I don't run your feet over.
I'm concerned because you tend to do that.
Anyway. All right, 14 minutes remaining on the clock. Blue 4 defending 3 sectors, and she's smacking me with an empty bottle. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our attackers here. So it is Soviet forces. They have 2 MG-42 half-tracks, 2 M2 half-tracks as well. Soviet weaponry is going to be Mosin's, SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles. We see one right there. We've got some Panzerfausts in play. I'm not seeing any Panzerschrecks, though. Other weaponry, though, will be PPSHs, both stick and drum mags. And we are going to see some DP-27s in play as well for their machine guns. Otherwise, overall, here is the mortar back here as well. Stark's going to be gunning it. I'm going to be honest, he's the only person I really trust to work with a mortar because he's the one that is able to accurately deliver the shots every time. So we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, let's break down the roster. So, Commander, we have Vagrant leading again. Honey.
May I have one thing before I leave?
What?
May I have a head pat?
Yes, I will smack your ass.
Because it's not an equivalent exchange.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as I'm touching something, right? Can I get back to work, please, honey?
My big brain is big and my big butt is big, so I guess you're...
Smacking it.
Ow!
Anyway.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
Bye.
Ow!
Ah, don't throw a bottle at me, woman.
Don't smack my butt.
Okay.
I have a back injury.
Have fun picking that bottle up, then. Ow! Ow!
Don't make me granny squat for a water bottle.
I'd say get the dragon dildos, but you can't squat. So give me the damn bottle. That's what I use to water the plants. No, I water the plants outside with this, you disgusting. Anyway, let's go over the roster. Vagrant commanding the Op 4 side. Ace smacked it again. Ace being the medic. 2IC. You know what, chat? Give me 1 second. She can't run because she's crippled.
I can hide.
What was your plan? What was it? Let's go upstairs before I change my mind. Dimec leading X-Ray, Despo being the sniper here with a scoped Mosin. I believe it's a PU scope. Sushi being the medic, Blam leading the spotter. Being the spotter. Anderson leading Alpha with Martin as the medic. Thorn leading Alpha 1 with Cosmot Poe. Cool Breeze, Fez, and Kevin. Bridges leading Alpha 2 with Maz, Warwick, Dreek, Fist, and Jabby. Foxtrot 2 appears to be just a single squad group here. So we have Bobby with Chadwick, Gur, Nova, Arcane, Swedge, Wise, Leg, and Naders. Gamma 1, I think, is just a dedicated team for the mortar. So Banks is going to be the radio man for it. And Stark is going to be the gunner. And then we have Charlie all merged together here. I don't know who's leading it, but Parker's up top with Herb, Bates, Norris, Gordon, Lurch, Savan, Mito, Nuclear, Moose, Lennox, Jack, Eagle, Russ, Greenshade, and Mike all together. That is your Op 4 side. Meanwhile, looking over at Blue 4. Blue 4 is consistent of 2 light tanks, a few transport trucks here and there, but otherwise they are generally infantry defending these following 3 areas. Sector 1, which appears to be this large defensive line right here, inbuilt with some of the terrain and some custom build-ups around the trench made out of some wooden palisades. Sector 2, which is just to the north, which is this other trench line here that is a little less well-developed, in my opinion. And then Sector 3, which appears to be this HQ building with some scaffoldings, radar, and a little inlet for those tanks. Encircled by some entrenchments and some more wooden buildup here as well. On the Blue 4 side, commanding, we have Phoenix. Bacon Flavored Ivan is the group's medic. Loki leading X-Ray with Patriot as the sniper. G-Legs as the spotter. Wallace leading Delta 2 with Immortal Flame, Puma, Rickenback, Killer Wolf, Cobb, Thrill House, Rancid, Ilbenek, and Waldo together. Excuse me. Gamma 1 only has 1 member in it, so Steel might have to solo crew a tank or grab someone from the other group, which has Barnes, Squeak, and Tenderveiner. Artisan leading Echo 2 with Absorb, Space Cowboy, Carl, Corvo, Sam, Lolo, and Schnuffles together. Charlie 1 appears to be Pierce and Racket. They'll probably merge with Charlie 2, which has Guy Fury leading Cakeir, Den, Juicy, King, Band, Flux, Armages, Michael, and Novix. And Thomas is in Delta, yet to be claimed. I didn't see a Falcon. Did you see a Falcon? Falcon might have disappeared for the night. I know some of you like to always bet on him. Otherwise, we got Pepega on blue 4. I'm trying to see. We got Stark gunning the mortar on op 4. But beyond that, I don't see Scandion anymore tonight. So I think they called it quits because it is pretty late for them otherwise. But that should be the breakdown. It's a small AO. I see this only lasting maybe 20, 30 minutes tops. They're saying that this force already got overrun, so it gives Op 4 a few positions to try to entrench in. But I also really want to see how that mortar plays in tonight as well. So we'll see how things go. Otherwise, let me scroll up in chat to make sure I didn't miss anything important while Bloodwing was being Bloodwing. Yeah, it's all good. We'll see where the mortar rounds go. But otherwise, chat, Falcon, yeah, no, he definitely yeeted. He was probably in the channel with me, and I just stopped responding, and yeah, stuff happened. Otherwise, we'll see how Blue 4 deploys themselves. There's a lot of good cover here to prevent being hit by mortar shells, but we'll just have to see how the rest of this plays out otherwise. Looks like we also have some craters over on this side over here, but yep, we just gotta wait it out for the mission to go at this point. Still have about 7.5 minutes. Otherwise, again, Op 4 has the technology advantage. The last time there was an Op 4 versus Blue 4, Soviet versus Japanese force, that was EU round 1 today. And the Japanese actually won because of a few players clutching it pretty hard. Flux with an 8-person multi-kill. Bay sweeped up a few people on the northern side, and then Ash got a nice double kill of the remaining 2 Op 4 guys that tried to push his position. Actually, it turned into a 2v3, and that was the final round. It was a 0v3 by the end of it because it went to elimination. Now, Op 4 had 2 M2 scout cars to work with, but this time around they have multiple half-tracks, 2 MG42 variants, 2 M2 variants, and then they also have a mortar to work with. Blue 4 with the light tanks could do a lot of damage by positioning them on slightly elevated positions to overwatch these open fields, because let's look. The border for the southern side is over here. You could see a nice push along the riverbed. There's a lot of concealment and cover to work with to get all the way around and just do a massive back attack. Or the northernmost side is this, all the way down this angle. So they could honestly bypass some of these entrenched positions, get to the rear position, and then use the high ground to attack the remaining positions and chew them up with the mortar. But it's really going to be up to the tanks to go around and lock down these farther flanks, because otherwise I think Op 4 is going to have a pretty nice advantage of just pushing around certain areas here. So we'll have to see it. We could also see X-Ray go down one angle, but it could really go either way. Or, of course, we might just see Op 4 go straight down the middle and try to smash through Blue 4's lines in some nice little cinematic, each side slowly trading off until we get to like 5 people on each side, and then something happens, and then, you know, it's a very close match. So it could really go either way here. See, here's the thing, though, different. That's if the tanks have ammo this time, because apparently last round they didn't have any primary tank gun ammo. They only had machine gun ammo, so that was a little bit of an oops. Don't know why the tanks were missing said ammo, but that definitely helped hamper their ability to fight the Shermans. But the bazookas seem to be pretty effective on the Shermans themselves, with knocking out one Sherman towards the end. The other one stayed alive the entire time, so another hydrate. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start. Now, in terms of who to bet on here, I have actually not been right a lot tonight, so I'm not gonna really give my 2 cents. Blue 4 have mainly bolt-action rifles. Op 4 do as well, but they have slightly more automatic weaponry. They've got weaponry with higher magazines as well in terms of drum mags for PPSHs, and DP27 circular belts are 47 rounds, whereas the weaponry Blue 4 has is just 30 rounds for the stick mags, I think at most, and then the other stick mags for the Type 100 LMG, aka the Bren knockoff, is also 30, so we just have to wait it out. I think in between rounds 2 and 3, I'm going to go downstairs, make myself some coffee, because I do want to stream some DayZ, but then afterwards I need to put some footage up to process, because I want to try to clean my drives out so I can build the damn computer. Because I keep pushing it off because other things keep happening. It's a pain in the butt. But I do like the cinematic crashes of planes around right here. It is quite nice. And then up here you got some smoking positions of wrecked tanks. A little bit of a custom fire effect as well. That is quite nice. So you have another group of Blue 4 coming up to this northern line here because they have no choice but to form just a really long defensive line because they don't know where Op 4 is going to try to push from. So this could give Op 4 the opportunity to make a nice spearhead somewhere, break through that defensive line and back cap. But I think Sector 1 is going to be the bloodiest fight because that's where Blue 4 is the most developed. Sector 2 is going to be a little easier because there's not a lot of cover there. Sector 3 would be decent, but Blue 4 doesn't have the numbers to layer another line of defenders here, so they're stuck with that, essentially. Ooh. But yeah, no, I think this is going to be a 30 round at most, probably a 20 to 25, because you're going to see immediate contact within the first few minutes. Now, another silly thing that could happen, we could see Op 4 here. Now I'm going to get them confused with Green 4 because that was last round. We could see just the half-tracks here push through, and one of them is a dual MG42 as well, so that is something to consider. But I really want to see what Stark does with that mortar. I think that is going to make the difference hitting some of these positions because we've seen HE used on AT guns, for example. That was in EU3, and that did a lot of damage to some people. Also pissed some people off, apparently, but I think it made it fair. They chose to push an open territory where the one gun was overwatching. That how it be. One second. The main channel is going to have Zeus videos start appearing again because I have proven that YouTube doesn't matter what I upload, it'll throttle me all the same. So, you know, I don't want to maintain a fourth channel, not right now. I might eventually open a fourth one to do cooking stuff once a week, but, you know, just stuff with the GoPro because I find that fun, but to manage a fourth fucking Arma channel, I don't feel like it. I was only going to do it if there was a noticeable improvement on the main channel by uploading only smaller videos, but it doesn't seem to fucking matter. Alright, mission has started. Are you okay? You just flew, buddy. Just making sure you're okay. But we hear engine backfires here, and some mortars already being fired. Oh dear. Oh dear, this might actually get close. Without a spotter, though, he's heavily over range, and also these tracers aren't going exactly where the shells are going. Yeah, I think they were trying to hit that position, but they were slightly overranged there. That's a shame. We didn't burn all of its HE off of that. But yeah, no, they're hitting that position because they want to smash through on the northern side. So that shows that Op 4 wants to take Sector 2 first, then 3, and then probably meander into Sector 1. Because on the map, this is all green usually means force, which means cover to advance with. So that's why they're pushing on this angle. Why do you always read vagrant as Viagrant? Maybe because you take Viagra, Adamek. You get your wires crossed. That's okay, buddy. How are you doing? All right, so now we're seeing them push with their half-tracks here. The MG42s are opening fire. Op 4 now dismounting their infantry, using the machine guns to provide cover by fire. SMGs returning fire. Rounds going all the way back here. We actually see some pickoffs happening. Fist is unconscious. Poe is dead. Cool Breeze is unconscious. Now you're seeing this massive Soviet charge here. You got X-Ray down to the south and the mortar still back here. Now this is actually really critical for Blue 4. If they can get a good chunk of kills in this one defense line, get some good grenade throws, really thin out Op 4's advance, they could do quite well. Really good grenade right there, knocks Cobb out. But whereas if Op 4 is just able to smash through these lines, it's looking like it's in Blue 4's favor here. Yes, they're pulling back, but they're catching a lot of Op 4 out in the open here. Mackenzie trying to be a good medic here, but he's about to be walked up on. If he has grenades, now would be the time. That's a smoke grenade, I believe. That tank coming around, it could do a lot of damage here, but that 50 cal firing. Oh, I'm seeing blood splatter. It's actually, the 50 cal's penetrating into the tank. I think the tank just got disabled. Oh, that is really unfortunate. Mackenzie trying to pull Cole back. Or Cobb, excuse me. I think Op 4 successfully smashed this line here. And they have caused a rout. Yes, Adamek, it's Ruskies versus the Jabs. More suppressive fire going back and forth. Now we need to see more mortars come in. So I'll be occasionally checking the sky, but they gotta radio things here. I think they'll still be within radio range of each other, but that mortar could technically be moved closer if they wanted to. So yeah, Blue 4 still have a good chunk of their force watching the southern line. Mackenzie gets knocked out because Jack has a full PPSH there. Steele is trying to fold out from that position. Got some blind suppressive fire going over Zandu's head. Mackenzie wakes back up. Wallace is up here. They're trying to secure this, but now you got some Op 4 moving through the trench right here. Led by a guy with a PPSH. Yeah, these guys are screwed. Ooh, Wallace turns and engages. And Green Shade knocks him out. Grenade is thrown. Jack almost red on reds there. Thankfully, all of his shots missed. Killer Wolf coming up, a grenade bouncing not far enough. Ilbanek throwing some grenades up, though. That one doesn't get the right bounce. Green Shade knocked out. And some smoke's being thrown. So I think Lurch was trying to drag Green Shade, but Green Shade did his wake up. Now you got Blue 4 trying to hold this line here, but Op 4 has some slight entrenchment. And they're slowly advancing, but you see casualties stacking and people medicing. Gunners on the half-tracks are getting picked off, though. Blue 4 might just be able to hold this because Op 4 divided into 3 groups, and 2 of those groups are taking the brunt of it. Northern group seems to be slowed down a little bit because of that tank. Bilbanek able to get Cobb back. He is the medic, which is why I was going to grab him. But we got this this outer defense line here, and then this inner one on this sector able to overwatch it. This leaves this defense line to potentially come around and flank as it's overwatched from the rear line. But again, they are outnumbered, but a few grenades will fix that. Yeah, Twitch censoring everything. It's quite funny. I have most of that disabled, and it still does it, so... it's tied to things I can't even touch. Alright, so we got some Blue 4 firing at these guys over here. Op 4 have moved the mortar closer, so they can be in a closer range here. But Blue 4 so well spread out that those mortars will not be too effective. We got grenades being thrown on the right side. Puma trying to overwatch. Jack has that PPSH, though. And he's throwing more grenades. That one gets an unlucky bounce off of a tree, though. We got Flame here trying to pick some guys off with that LMG. Trying to get some longer range shots here. You're hearing AT firing here as well. It's Blue 4 firing bazooka rounds up here. Jack got knocked out. Yeah, Puma should try to get that PPSH at this point. Oh my god, a great grenade flow by Flame, and he gets a Russian. Excuse me, a Soviet. Another good grenade throw, but Naders was in the low ground. Don't you love it when you throw a grenade and the grenade delivers you an opponent? I think that's quite nice, personally. Ooh, and Naders finds Immortal and sprays him down with that PPSH. Puma sticking to his rifle as Op4 slowly diffuses into this line, utilizing smoke grenades to move up. That's another thing I've noticed with this branch today. There's been a lot more utilization of smoke grenades. Because the smoke grenades here branch out a lot more. Naders friendly firing Chadwick. That was bound to happen. I think he just realized he was friendly. Whoops! More AT coming in. That one came awfully close. That half-track's actually a bit damaged. If it fell a little short, went left into that crowd of Op4, there would have been casualties, because we have seen bazookas do a lot of damage today. Mortar shells still landing far. They got good eyes from this trench line right here, as the outer line is down to 2 players up. Op4 doesn't have a lot of skulls. I mean, Blue 4 and Op4 are pretty even here. Neither side has been able to gain a real advantage. Bridges is somehow unconscious, but not unconscious. Ooh, Killer Wolf is going to be a killer. Except he missed a shot. He missed a shot again. He threw an AT grenade! And then Maz flanked and murdered everyone. Oh, man. That's funny. Puma survived, but he got knocked out as he was trying to run. Op4 still got a good chunk of forces. I feel like this is lying to me. I feel like there's more deaths than is perceived, but we also have a good chunk of knockouts, too. I feel like they're down to like only 60% efficacy here. Something just blew up. It was one of the half-tracks. So the other MG42 half-track is pushed up. We got some marksman fire flanking off of it. They're just blindly suppressing the smoke. Now the real question is, how are they going to cross? Bobby... Okay. Okay, Bobby. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I expected there. Not even surprised. Ilmanek, you did a good job saving him, but yeah, you died still, buddy. All right, we got open ground charging here. Machine gun fire, left, right, and center. Bobby might have gotten double tapped by Maz there. But Maz is on 6 kills with that machine, PPSH. Ace gets picked off by that machine gun. Maz just double tapped a friendly to make sure he was dead. Did you just knock out? I swear, if he just got knocked out by his own grenade, he might have gotten shot by King over here. Ace wakes back up, Maz wakes back up, all right. Thorn pushing, Corvo's down. It's an F1. And Artisan runs right into it, and that knocks him out. Well, it got him to where he was going, into that building at least. Oh! Yeah, if Thorn... Yeah, he would have gone down anyway. Could still wake back up, but... Ooh. Messy to push alone. Zord wakes back up. Here comes Maz. Ooh! And Maz found Thorn. Look at that. Thorn wakes back up. And Maz brought him ammo. Wow, what a nice guy. Hey, Amahur, welcome. It is round 2 of the NA branch. Artisan just got shot. But he's still up. Otherwise, Op4 is desperately trying to take this area. But look at this. Pepega on Blue 4 are counter-charging Op4 here. They've smoked their advance. What is this? They sneak past each other. Got some more Op4 guys getting knocked out here. Novik's picking people off with that submachine gun. Blue 4 also moving in the sector to pretty much counterattack it here. We are about to be at the 15-minute mark. I think actually just entering the 14-minute mark there. Oh my god. I mean, trenches turn you into a fatal funnel. I'm not surprised. And he finally gets knocked out. I think Gur got that shot, or leg. Wow. And most of them wake back up because the double tap capability of those submachine guns is utter dog shit. Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The Guy Fury and Mito trick! Ah! And then he... What is going on with this ragdolling? Oh my god. That's funny. I'm waiting to see what else happens at this point. Just a lot of dead dudes in a trench. Guy Fury, oh, he took way too many shots. He's not waking back up. Meanwhile, Op4 now pulling away from that sector as Blue 4 counterattacks this position. Blue 4 have also come around with one of their other light tank. They've also taken this car, which means did they clear out the Op4 mortar position? Now they moved up here, and now they're getting harassed by Bayans, who's getting some really great grenade throws. There goes Stark. And there goes Banks. He needs to double tap him, but yeah. Oh my god. All right, Blue 4 still pushing this trench. Got K-Kier up here. You got X-Ray on the rear. You got the tank on the rear. I think Blue 4's got this. As I say that, Michael pushes up, knocks Martin out. my god. Gets the reload. Papega has just been murdering everyone today. Bayant as well. You got Gordon in this driver's seat just chilling. Michael's now on a double tapping spree. He's on 5 kills, about to be 6 when he kills Cool Breeze. He could AT that thing. Cosmonaut trying to survive now. Jesus Christ. Now you just have Bayant coming in to clean people up. Juicy stayed back. And Leg and Bayant trade. There's been a lot of trades too tonight. Uh-oh. Cosmonaut ran into Falcon, and Falcon said hello. Anderson's coming up, though. Ooh, another trade. Armagesus and hunting down some dude with a handgun. Michael found the other rifleman. Gordon's just chilling in the damn Vic. Falcon wakes up. He's going to double tap Anderson. Ooh. The blue 4 bias this round. AT being fired as they try to knock out the light tank with a Panzerfaust. Bayant, I think he woke back up. He came down and went down. Grenades being thrown. Juicy might be trying to go up to his tank. Nuclear Moose might find an angle on Juicy. And there it is. I heard AT fire. That I think was the bazooka trying to hit the half-track. Michael cannot seem to range the bazooka. I think he's out of bazooka ammo, so he's going to go for running up to the guy. Meanwhile, you have some fighting going around over here. Patriot trying to get in the area between here. Nuclear Moose staying low. This is some of X-Ray's guys. Attackers capping Sector 1 because they ran. This was X-Ray running south because Blue 4 pushed everything north. But that's only their X-Ray element. Patriot getting a great grenade throw on Nova, and it knocks him out. Could still wake back up though. Nuclear Moose behind the body. He sees Tender Banner running around. The tank has been abandoned. Headshots Barnes. No, it was the next shot because Barnes would be dead otherwise. And look. Oh my god. Oh man. I thought he had a chance. I was wrong. And his head's still spinning. Oh, it stopped. That one definitely made his head spin there. Falcon now hunting down Gordon as Gordon desperately tries to drive away. Falcon needs some elevation. He can shoot the gunner, the driver in the back. Ooh. Whew. All right. Now it's just off to Op 4 X-Ray, which is down to the south. Den might be trying to find him here, but yes, this has been pretty much cleaned up. All right, we're going to look at kill counts here. Novik's on 3. I'm going to count out anything that is over 2. Or 2 or over, excuse me. So Michael on 7. Armagesus on 2. Bayant on 2. Guy Fieri on 2. Falcon on 2 right now. Schnuffles on 3. Sam on 2. Corvo on 2. Puma on 4. Patriot on 3. Kabubi, excuse me, on 2. Maz was on 6. Like, admittedly, I'm just seeing, Cosmonaut was on 2. Yeah, look at all of these zeros. Leg on 2. Nuclear Moose was on 2. But, I mean, you see the difference, right? So many names I called out on Blue 4, but not a lot on Op 4 there. And it's crazy to see that, because Op 4 have the more powerful weaponry. Now, here's the one issue with this mission. It's going to linger, because you have Blue 4 kind of stuck around. X-Ray's the last group going here. They're going to be super cautious. It's going to drain the clock. Den might have an opportunity to find a few of them, but this is just going to take a while. I think Op 4, we're going to see Despo get to Sector 3, cap that, and then you're just going to see Blue 4 hold Sector 2, and this is going to probably take another 10 minutes, in all honesty. But overall, that was a very nice action-packed round there, I will say. We could still see an upset, but, I mean, it's 3 versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3v12, so a ratio of 4 to 1. On Blue 4's side. I've seen upsets. We've seen a 23-1 upset with the Audrey Hotto incident. But I don't think we're ever going to see something like that again. That's for fucking sure. I think Falcon's in the half track. He's trying to have people... No, G-Legs is in it. He's trying to get people to come with him. Despo taking Sector 3 now. That's going to make Blue 4 pull back. Now, this is going to say it's red because it's an enemy Vic. Probably because there's still a dead enemy in the Vic. Yeah, and the gunner seat and one of the passenger seats. So that's always going to read as red, but that's actually blue. And now you have Blue 4 starting to fold in, as well as Falcon. Yeah, his group's pretty broken up. There's no short-range radio, so... Despo finding the drop on... Could he get the drop on Den? He's looking around trying to see where Den went. Den might have heard those footsteps, though. Despo has a scoped Mosin. I'm not sure if he got a kill there. Now you got Falcon firing. Den trying to push Despo's position. Despo has the handgun out. And Despo is CO'd. Here's the double taps. 2 Op 4 remaining, 2v12. It is now 6 to 1. Maz Pokemon saying this is just Soviet Wave 1, don't worry. What, you just redo the mission at that point? Here's the scary thing. If all of Blue 4 leaves Sector 2 to go hunt for people in Sector 3, Op 4 will win because Timec is in the zone now. So they just have to kill the people in the sector, and they'll be fine. But we got Blue 4 keeping a few guys in the zone. X-Ray is going to stay here. And you got Arma Jesus marauding around. Sushi's staying on the defense. I think he sees the movement up there. I'm going to be honest. Sushi's best bet isn't to fire, it's to throw grenades. And try killing him with that to at least keep his position concealed. See, because here, I mean, yeah, he got some hits, but no kills. And now all of China knows he is here. If you understand that reference. Yeah, they're just wildly throwing grenades around now. But, I mean, with 2 people close together like that, that would have been really effective. Sushi could also smoke his own position and use that to hide out. And Patriot, I think, is going to get the jump on Sushi. Gets him in the foot. Sushi not paying attention. Patriot gets the handgun shots. Timec now. What gun does he have? He has an SVT. The SVT, I would say, is probably the most overpowered weapon I've seen tonight because it just slaps. See, guys? Yeah, the SVT is a very powerful weapon. See, it just slaps. It just slaps. Yeah. Yeah. Told you. Liru was right. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, Liru was right. Totally, guys. Totally. Yeah, just slaps. It just slaps. That was pretty fucking funny. I got the weapon right. I didn't get the side right, but hey, you know, it happens. All right. That is a blue 4 victory. Now, we're going to go into our final intermission for FNF, because again, we are going to be doing DayZ after this. I got to go hunt for more fucking Kraz wheels. But otherwise, let's see. It's going to be NF. It's a destroy mission. So, Svart Mako. Oh, they have a 60 millimeter. So that's a mortar. Interesting. Broiler Martin. So it's more Operation Unthinkable, essentially. All right. This is round 3. Let me put the thingamajigs up real quick. Gotta milk that ad revenue, right, boys? For US. Who's attacking? Are being attacked by up 4. And green must defend. Op 4 has a 10% numbers advantage and a Gaz M1. Gaz M1 and transport, while green 4 has a mortar with how many rounds? 20 HE rounds. All right. All right. So I just realized I haven't been saving these commands, so now I need to backtrack for a second. Okay. Excellent. All right, so that is all saved up. This is just for the VODs later, published on the main PvP channel. The map is going to be Svart Marco. We should be good.
Hey, man.
Hey, Maz.
That was a crazy round, huh?
Yeah, I went back and forth there for a while, but just...
Did you see the trench?
Yeah.
How many bodies there were?
Yeah. And there was just more and more stacking up by the end.
Oh, that was so good. I cleared 3 guys with my PPSH from that trench.
Mm-hmm.
And
Trying
then I
to
got
sweep
killed.
here, man. Yeah. It happens.
Yep. Hey, have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
See ya.
See ya. I like Maz. Oh, there was some crazy drama that happened with him a few weeks ago, too, but I'm not going to get into it. Does the Kraz hunt in packs? Well, Blue Phoenix, you'll find out soon because we're going to be looking for him later. And hopefully they won't kill me again. But, you know, there's no guarantees. Good fucking God. All right, here, I need to fix my floor real quick because it's arching up. Oh, that's just permanently like that now. That's cute. Oh, well. FNF and drama? Never. It wasn't actually FNF causing the drama, it was another community, but that's besides the point. So, this will be round 3. We're down to 85 people tonight. And then we'll be playing some more Daisy afterwards, and hopefully not die to Kraz's again. Ay, ay, ay. I don't want to bribe someone with the damn Charizard card I found, man. It's a good card. I like the card. Saving it for a special occasion. Excuse me. Alright, otherwise I have had to write down another batch of healthy highlights, but... Ay, ay, ay. Oh, they did fix the Land Rover part spawn rate, because I and a few other people reported that it was super high, so they actually knocked it down a touch. I still find them occasionally, but not nearly as much as beforehand. But it'll probably take a few days for it to be cleared out, because any of them that were still on the ground and not touched are still going to be there. So, we'll see. Kraz has used the bodies of their dead mates to lure prey into attacking them. Good fucking god, guys. But alright, let's see. Round 3 going to be starting at 10 o'clock, so we'll probably be done with this round by, I want to say, 10:45 at the most, and we'll just, you know, play Daisy for a few hours. That should be fun. Oh, right, I said I was going to make myself some coffee. BRB. So I can stay awake. they actually finished slotting. I wasn't expecting that. 1 second. What was I doing? I was making myself a little bit of coffee. I have this Korean iced coffee recipe that I like enjoying. And then I was squeezing a lemon. And I just happened to spill coffee all over myself. Because it came out of the bowl a little too fast. Alright, so we've got US and UK forces holding the main town. This is meant to be Cherno, but it is called Alta here. We got Soviet forces coming all over the place. We have some plane drop zones out here. That's a little weird. Maybe this is like a QRF coming in behind the assaulting force sort of scenario. That would be pretty cool. But we'll have to see how things go. SCP 6135. You made an SCP entry out of the freaking crass. I swear to God. I swear to God, guys. We're gonna be hunting them in DayZ because I need their fucking wheels, but I swear to God. And the round has started. Alright. And all my commands here. US and UK forces going to be defending this nice little railway town here. Excuse me. US forces are going to be having M1 Garans, M1 carbines, Browning automatic rifles, maybe a 1919 A6 here or there, some bazookas. They're going to have the sniper, so he's going to have a Springfield. Otherwise, we might also see some Thompsons in play for their leadership. And there we see one right there. UK forces are going to have Lee Enfields. Oh, that's beautiful. I forgot about the radios that play music. But UK forces are going to have Lee Enfields, Brens, and Stens. I'm actually not seeing any. Oh, there we go, yeah. And a Piot. Can we dance to the music back there? You see a 1919 A6 there with a bazooka. And otherwise, that is the weaponry they're going to be rocking. Only asset they have is a mortar with 20 HE rounds, and it is put in this little cubby right here. Each one of those boxes have 5 shells, if I remember correctly. Yep, 60 times 5. 60 millimeter times 5 shells. All right, looking at the Green 4 roster, we have Gordon commanding the defense. I haven't seen him step up to command yet, so this will be an interesting treat. Banks going to be leading the X-Ray team. X-Ray having Stark as the sniper, Loki as the medic, and I was about to say, I thought that was a Browning for a second. No, that's M1 carbine, makes more sense. And then Green Shade as the spotter. Anderson leading Alpha with Patriot as the medic. Thorn leading Alpha 1 with Poe, Falcon, Maz, and Drake together. Bridges leading Alpha 2 with Martin Cobb and Cool Breeze together. Charlie 2 doesn't have a Charlie 1 under them, is being led by Norris with Brandy, Eagle, Parker, and Bates under them. Sven leading Echo 1 with Sam Handwich, Leg, Lurch, Lennox, Mito, and Jack together. Tymek leading Sushi and Despacito. Foxtrot 2 has Naders leading with Twins at Rito and Jabby together, and then Gamma 1, the border team, is going to be Cosmonaut and Warwick. Looking over at our attacking faction. Oh. So Op4 is just dropping off in a bunch of random spots and attacking. This is going to be a long one tonight if they're doing a scripted plane launch then, but all right. Soviet forces are going to be having Mosin Nagant as the primary rifle. You'll see some SVT-40s at the team leader level. Semi-automatic rifles, they've been slapping all night. PPSHs, both stick mags and drum mags, depending on the rolls. Some Panzerfaust captured from the enemy. and some DP-27s for the machine gunners. Otherwise, their kit breakdown is going to be as... Excuse me, that was their kit breakdown. Their player breakdown is going to be as follows. Arcane commanding... I've seen him take it time and time again. He's rather good with it. Ilbanek leading X-Ray. Legs being the sniper. Wise being the medic. Pierce under Charlie 1 with Koak. They're being led by Ace. Excuse me. Guy Fury leading Delta with Flux as the 2 medic. Excuse me. K Fury leading Delta 1 with King, Michael, Armitage, Bane, and Sam under him. That's a pretty good team. Most of these guys are equipped with Mosins. Kane has a PPSH, and Kate Kier, I'd imagine, has, also a PPSH. Phoenix leading Delta 2 with Novix. Ivan, Den, Juicy Box, and Nightshade under him. Wallace leading Echo 1 with Killer Wolf, Thomas, Immortal Flame, Rickenback, Rancid. Oh, right, Rancid's the community name. Xandu and Black Wolf together. Puma. No, it's not Puma. We look for the slash-in name. That shows you the leader. Barnes leading Puma, Waldo, Kevin, Fez, Tenderbaner, and Squeak together. Also, the name gets cut off right here. If you highlight over it, you can see the rest of the name. I just don't always notice. And then Alpha has all merged together under Alpha 2. You got Schnuffles leading Arson, Vagrant, Chadwick, Corvo, Absorb, Zeist, Bobby, Nova, Thrill House, and Space Cowboy Carl. Now, it's going to be a long mission because they're going to probably do a simulated paradrop here. So we might see a pancake, which will be funny. But all of these planes are going to separate DZs, which I like that type of scenario here. So if they wanted to keep the force together, they'd probably go for DZ 1, 3, and 5. But trying to fit as many people as you can on DZ 2, maybe doing a flank attack on DZ 4. But if you do DZ 2 and 4, they're completely separate from each other. But how many people can you fit in an LI2? I forget. This is basically just a ripped-off C-47 in all honesty, but every plane going different. They are clearly marked. I would imagine we're probably just going to see Recon take either plane 4 or plane 2, and then the main force probably take planes 5, 1, and 3 respectively. But looks like we have a big group also moving into plane 2's area. Interesting. Falcon's poking me saying roof's stuck. Oh dear, what did that chucklehead do? Ah, I see. He's stuck in the roof. Wolves, I appreciate it. I completely forgot about the prediction. Thank you. I get so accustomed when Don puts it up all the time, sometimes I forget.
So, let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
All right, well, Falcon has a few minutes to figure out how to unstick himself based off of what he's doing. I think he enhanced movement glitched his way in there. He can enhance movement glitch his way out. And he did it. I almost dropped my bowl of coffee on me somehow because my fucking motor skills, I guess, are freaking degenerating or something. Ah, man. Just trying out my damn coffee. And different is slowly adding to the Kraz story. Good God. Otherwise, Green 4 have 3 destroy objectives in town that they have to defend. I believe they're all going to be ammo caches. There's cache 1. There is cache 2. And cache 3 is all the way over yonder. I would say Green 4 probably only has enough to defend one of them and then just, put a spaced out defense around it. I don't see them having any way to do any proper counter-attacking, but we'll have to see. This is going to just have to be a big weighted out thing. So we have 8 minutes remaining. That's the one thing I kind of dislike about World War II FNF stuff is there's a lot of extra time for some of the prep work. But a mission like this, I could see how it could be utilized because Green 4 is basically needing it to set up on certain spots. But there's some missions where everyone's ready to go in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So we'll just have to see how that goes. There are domesticated spawns of... Oh, my God. Building off the damn Kraz. You really, really want to see me get killed by another one of them, don't you? See, it's really funny because another player reported they got killed by a vehicle in a similar way, too, on that server. But also, if you give me a few seconds, I will advertise that DayZ server. I just got to get you a link to the Discord. And then from the Discord, you can find that information. Oh, they also have a radio playing. How nice. All right, we're going to be able to see who's mounted up where. So Alpha 2 loading into Plane 5. Plane 5 dismounting in this area. Foxtrot 2 loading up into Plane 4, which is dismounting on the right flank, I believe. No one is in the third plane, which is dismounting on the far left. Second plane seems to have X-Ray and another group around it. They're going to be taking the below to drop. And then everyone else seems to be loading up in the first plane, which is going to also take them. That's the, I would say, furthest one away based off of distance. Yeah, below to drop isn't too bad. All things considered. And they have like an abandoned, ruined barracks building right there. Mainly, I think, just for the sake of having something. Meanwhile, Green Force seem to be favoring putting forces on all flanks, actually. So we might just see the squads all branched out. It worked last time. For the second round, the defenders did that and were able to turn around. That's also because they had some really heavy-hitting players. The heavy-hitting players are now, I believe, on the attacking side. Right here, but we do have one flying boy over here, and he's still glitching himself on roofs. There we go. I was getting that interface back. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, but again, M1... Oh, no, he's got a carbine. But now he's stuck on that building. Ah, funny. Just reminder to opt for, once the planes get to the DZs, you will automatically jump out. But you can also jump out early if you want to. Interesting. It just has to be the static line option, because that automatically scripts them with a parachute. Because if they just double tap V, they won't get the parachute. And then they'll pancake and we'll laugh at them. Slowly finishing more of this coffee. To understand the roof, you must become the roof. We're seeing some of them remounts around as well. Falcon can finally fly. Yeah, right, Devil? Whoop, sorry. Just finished my coffee. Just watching the rest of Op4 mounts up in their planes. I don't know if they're going to do a scripted takeoff or do the, like an actual takeoff here. Because I know FNF has the capability to do both. He's roofied him. I wouldn't go that far. Okay. Would not go that far, sir. But yeah, there's... Let's see. Planes are going to take off, go to their DZs. Units are going to parachute down. That's going to be another 5 minutes. So 45 minutes remaining. There's going to be another 5 to 10 minutes of maneuvering in on itself. So contact probably will not start till the... I want to say 28-minute mark at a minimum. So this is just going to be a long round. But then, you know, it's all in this one sector. So it's going to be a slow start, but hopefully action-packed by the end. And then probably trail off towards the end as one side slowly starts showing a superiority. And if it's the offense... then they're probably going to run out of demo and have to try to find someone to blow up the 3 cache sites. If it's the defense, then they're going to have to hunt down the remaining offensive players. As, you know, one of these lines breaks, offense will then blow up one of the caches and then slowly move in stealthily. So there's a lot of places here for this to potentially become a really long round. Silver lining, at least by the 11-15 minute mark, we will be playing DayZ. Trying not to die to Kraz's and trying to recover all of our saves. But I would really like to build the Kraz, load up all my shit, go to the base, make a nice perimeter wall, and, you know, just have fun.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Hey, Shaggy.
Happy half-year anniversary, LCPL Heart.
Thanks for the 6 months, man. I hope everything is going well with you, IRL. Do you want to go to a bar sometime this weekend, bro? Because I was thinking that when I put the message out a second ago, but if you have the time. Just gotta remember, what the fuck? I think that's Malin. He's been the admin. I think he's trying to tell people to remind them how to do the static line here. That's funny. That is funny. But Shaggy, thanks for all the support, my man. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this naked virtual man showing the Soviets how to fly. See, Panda, I only have a handful, and on top of that handful, it's only if they're in town. But I'm trying to make it a little more of an often thing. Yeah, Wasper, we're in the last round, buddy. Every plane's going to a different place. I'm going to bet there's at least going to be one pancake. Falcon poked me, saying he was also stuck in a tree, and he feels so relaxed that he doesn't have to deal with stupid shit anymore. Ah, so he's out here now. So Green 4 might actually send some infantry out to counterattack some of the drop zones if they triple time. That's going to be interesting. Huh. Has the Steam Summer Sale hit my wallet? Personally, no, because I don't really buy anything off of Steam these days. Because I only play one game, which is funny, but you'd be surprised. Falcon.
A tree fell over and killed me.
Talk to an admin, and you might be able to get revived, because you... He's gone. He's gone. Falcon somehow killed himself within the first 10 seconds of the round. Good start. You know, this is their old framework, so I'm not sure if they'll be able to revive him either, but wow. Where did one plane go? What? Where did... they might have deleted one of the planes? What? Yeah, they're doing the teleport framework. All right. So that means the DZ stuff is going to probably be sped up by a few minutes, but... Wow. Yeah, the voting was rigged. We just immediately killed Falcon. Yep. You're absolutely right. So you remember EU Round 1, I was talking about how the Hellcats had VTOL technology, and that's how Blue 4 won? Well, you see, the Allies, they put some of that technology in some shipping crates, and they sent it to the Soviets to use. So that's why you're seeing these take off vertically. All right? It was the Kraz. No, the Kraz did not kill him.
That was funny as fuck, though.
Well, congratulations, Falcon. You died.
To a tree out of all things.
For the sake of my chat, can you say a Kraz killed you? K-R-A-Z?
Oof.
Say the Kraz killed you.
Why? What? No.
It got you, didn't it?
No. I leave now.
Bye, Falcon.
Fuck you.
Did I even say anything mean? I didn't mention that his girlfriend had a penis this time, and he was still mean to me. God, the nerve of some people. The Kraz is still a problem. All right, first easy. Let's go. No pancakes. Someone jumped out. Vagrant jumped out super early. Next easy, go. He shot his gun. That's cute. There's another thing right there. Next
Yeah, no, my
easy.
squad won't actually tell Anderson to revive me, so yeah, GG's.
All right, GG Falcon.
Oof.
All right, looks like we're not gonna have any pancakes today. That's unfortunate. We still have one drop zone though over Belota. And Vagrant jumped out. Really, he's gonna have quite a jog here. Literally going the distance from like freaking Starry Sobor to Cherno right now. Have fun with that. Last plane going overhead now. Nope, Falcon disappeared. He's still dead. But again, I don't think they can revive him because that's a newer feature, but these guys are still running the older framework off of this stuff. All right. I love the static line framework because it just simplifies the parachute system. Because someone usually scuffs it. But it makes it so nice. I mean, look at that. That looks cool. No pancakes. I'm happy. Now we're going to have a little bit of a jog for everyone to get into their designated AOs. The wind, it looks like, is favoring the paratroopers here. So they won't land in the water and drown. Fun fact, that still happens even in modern day. Imagine it happened in World War II. Oh, wait a minute. They hit trees. And somehow got negative vehicle kills. And Sideways salutes them. That's a really high drop. I mean, it's just the static line script. What's that? They don't have any control of when the parachute opens. That's why the DZs are so far from the AO. All it takes is a tree to lance them. Yeah, right?
So I've been informed that this template does not allow respawns.
That's what I figured because it's an older template. Oh, Falcon.
I love it.
You have been cucked, my friend.
And just all I did was lay down next to a tree. The tree fell over and killed me. Because we were going to sit for 5 minutes. I just wanted to go grab a drink and it killed me.
Well, 2 people got knocked unconscious by trees. Vagrant dropped out of his plane super early. Looks like Op4 is just forming up on their DZs to move in. At this rate, though, my conservative estimate of 28 minutes being on the timer before contact starts might actually be pushed back further to 32. You can say it's natural selection. Oh yeah, parachutes do count as vehicles.
Okay,
I forgot that. What's that?
Phone is exploding.
Have fun.
I will not.
Remember, start with the right hand with her, and then you can start with go with both. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have fun. All right. Now we just gotta wait for our forces to move in here. So, overall, that should be it. I find it funny that Falcon dies within 10 seconds to a tree. Like, only Falcon would pull something like that. You know what I mean? But for those of you that bet on Falcon, I mean, you bet on Falcon. What do you expect? The man's a fucking wild card. He's what Logan started off being back when we first met him in FNF. Like, he would either get a multi-kill or he would find a really weird way to kill himself. All right? It's just how it works. Cole, sorry you dozed off, buddy. We started round 3, and I don't think there's any way for you to get in anymore. Sorry to say. Whew. Yeah, what's that? But, you know, that's the script. At least they do fall quicker with the parachutes compared to a regular parachute. Usually would drift them up a little more, so I guess that's the caveat. But I've learned with Arma scripting and mod making for Arma, you take what you can get. Now that is actually changing with Reforger right now. Very soon I'm going to start releasing videos talking about the modding community for Reforger, because that's going to be my new focus until 4 comes out, but it's really nice to see, you know? Specialist Falcon Op. People just find unique ways to kill themselves or each other. Enough said. Alright, so at the 23-minute mark, Op4 is starting to get underway. 5 minutes, they could still run into some contact, but they're being a little cautious here as we see these 4 groups fold in. Now I just have to essentially wait this out. And you're slowly seeing these groups come in. How's Vagrant doing? Oh, he's passing the Zub Hub in a bit. Excuse me. There we go. Still waiting on the rest to keep going. Overall, I think compared to last week's FNF, the rounds were definitely a little quicker there. They were also a little, well, I can't say they were more decisive, though, because they were also super close at times. Some of the balance was a little off for some of the rounds, though. I think this week's balance was a little better. There were some bugs, though, that did scuff some of the defensive sides, but when there were no bugs, then the defenders would win. So it's an interesting caveat to the balance there. Now, few plays I'm going to make for this mission. I don't think that mortar is going to be used effectively at all. I think it's just going to miss every single time. I'd like to be pleasantly surprised, but the only way I've seen a mortar work with an FNF is if you have a gunner that knows what they're doing and someone calling the shots for the gunner to appropriately spot, because otherwise the gunner's firing blind and he won't know if he's missing or not. But beyond that, I mean, the American weaponry versus the Soviet weaponry, and, you know, there's only a handful of UK guys, so it's really just a lot of semi-automatic rifles versus Mosins. I don't... How'd I put this? I think the defenders have a slight weapon advantage here, but I've seen... I don't think that really means anything, because we've seen the guys that, you know, have only bolt-action rifles still kick a bunch of ass. Granted, it's not the bolt-action rifles that are doing the damage, it's the people with the few submachine guns on the side getting those multi-kills. Well, Phoenix, since we've had 2 Kraz's kill, well, one Kraz kill me and one other Kraz try to kill me, I think the Kraz Chronicles would be better, because there have been multiple attempts. If you just say the legend of the Kraz, it sounds like there's only one single incident, Phoenix, but there's 2. Liru, the last Kraz bender, fuck's sake. I swear, I'm gonna use it to go fucking destroy someone's base. Alright, we're about to hit the 28-minute mark. This group might run into that 2-man team. Otherwise, we'll probably take a 30-minute to 32-minute estimate here for contact, which is going to leave only 35 minutes roughly of time for Op4 to get those caches destroyed. And I honestly think Op4 is set up to fail here a little bit, because that means they have to have their demo guys survive in this urban assault style environment, or people remember to pick up their explosives to continue pushing, because there's not a lot of ammo to destroy caches. Usually you see people mag dump caches as well, but I don't think you're going to see that here. What's that saying? Because if so, if the skull crushed... If Falcon's skull got crushed by a tree, he kept the tradition of being headshot and bitching alive. Oh my god, yes. The old tradition of Falcon who gets friendly fire and then he comes to bitch at me about it in chat. Yes, I remember that one. Would the trees be friendly? That's the real question. Ay. All right, 28-minute mark. Op4 have moved this squad a little more on the northern side to rally with this other group. So we're probably going to see the 30 to 32-minute mark estimates here for first contact. All right, I think the first point of contact is going to be this team right here, because at this range, or at this rate, excuse me, they're going to run right into this two-man defensive team, which is a machine gun team. They have a Browning with a carbine here, but Op4 might be able to walk right on top of that position. It is X-ray, though. But there's a big gap that they could still sneak through. So we're at the 29-minute mark now, which means we're 14 minutes out of the 50 rounds. It's definitely going to be the slowest round, though. Meanwhile, back here, you got an element of Charlie flanking around. I do appreciate that Op4 is attacking this AO from multiple directions. They're definitely going to try to get through whatever defensive line Green 4 has made, because they are going to try to infiltrate in and destroy the caches in the rear. I think that is Op4's best bet because of the time limit already put in, because with the airdrop and whatnot. But I do like the X-ray reconnaissance going on in front of a squad of infantry. See, X-ray is always so awkward to use because they're told to be their own element and scout ahead, yet they have the sniper rifle. So it's like, what's the real point here? There we go, first contact. Maz firing at the 30-minute mark, knocking out 2 of the X-ray members, going for 3. And that's the power of the semi-automatic weapons right there. The carbines tearing apart the X-ray team. A grenade, multiple grenades being launched as well. We see Wise and Ilbanek waking back up, though, in quick succession. Ilbanek immediately knocked out again. Wise turning to try to figure out what's going on, but Op4 down here in the low ground. I heard a mortar land. Don't know where that splash happened. No, it happened close to where Delta is, so maybe X-Ray's calling for fire on Op4 Delta's position here. Otherwise, Wise is dead. Ilbanek still unconscious. Poe now coming down, firing that Browning automatic rifle, the bar. Trying to line up an angle. Oh my god, different. Just wait for the Daisy afterwards, buddy. I promise you. You'll get your chance. Oh, Mosin knocking out Poe. Might be seeing Rick try to get a double tap here. Green 4, meanwhile, pulling their forces back. We do have 2 Green 4 guys coming around here. This is Stark and Greenshade with the sniper. So they might be able to get behind some of Op4 on the rear line here and engage them. Vagrant also still coming in because he jumped super early on accident. But we'll see if these guys are able to find this Op4 push here. Poe wakes back up. Quickly goes to bandage. He's going to be lucky if he doesn't get picked off. It looks like Op4's choosing a different angle to advance here, realizing they were really open in this area. They also lost another guy right here. This will be another Mosin gunner. So they are opting to push south instead and try to bypass this Green 4 defensive line because they don't know how many guys are up there, and they don't think it's worth attacking that position. I think that's a smart call, personally. You're hearing more mortars firing. Sometimes I can look in the air and see the tracer of it, but in this case, I cannot. Based on the direction, though, they are firing it over yonder. I'm going to have to wait for the splash. Splash is way off. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, it's ways away. Like I said, though, the mortar was probably going to be useless, unfortunately. All right, sniper team was not able to follow this trail of Op4 here, so they're stuck right here. Might see them, might not. Tree might be too thick, but Now you've got a majority of Op 4 starting to fold in. Guy Fury getting kicked off. Damn. He's one of the good players, you know? Make the flavor town mates. And my tracer script's misbehaving. I'm trying to fix it real quick. Sometimes you just have to toggle the hotkey a little bit. I don't think they got a kill there. They're just firing and retreating at this point because they want to fold into a tighter defensive line. So this Op 4 group's probably going to deal with this brunt of the force. You got that defensive line over here. Mortars adjusting to be a little closer. That is slightly concerning. All right, so Op 4 is going to pretty much have a pincer maneuver coming down the northern side. Might be able to break through these lines. These guys are then going to have to turn around. So Op 4 lined up pretty well, but they have to get their foot in the door, which it looks like they're succeeding at because one of the X-ray guys did just get knocked out. Little bit of cover to work with here. Mortar rounds landing close by, though. So they shot someone in here, but no one's going in the clear, which shows to me they're bypassing defensive positions here, opting to instead move in to try to get to the objectives to speed things up. So yeah, mortars, I mean, they're landing consistently, but not accurately. Consistently meaning they're hitting the same spot pretty well, but not to where they want them to land. So X-Ray's been spared. Papega, yeah, they're just trying to smash through this line here. Green 4 folding the rest of their forces in. They're definitely spearheading compared to all these other forces over here. So Papega, I mean, if they continue to be allowed to break through, they can get to the center cache and then divide and take out both caches probably within the next 10 minutes. But they're probably going to play this next area very, very cautiously because of everything that's down. That was either a failed smoke grenade or a rifle grenade going off up here. I don't see any bodies, though. Here's the thing, though. This is going to put pressure on this flank, which will cause more people to come and reinforce this area, allowing Papega more room to infiltrate. If they set their timers right, too, they could just systematically take out all these caches very quickly. Now you got the rest of Op 4 folding in here. And X-Ray, they're just chilling in here. Some of these buildings are super glitchy, man. Because I think he's a ghost. But yeah, no, they're just going to bypass. Oh, juicy. Juicy. Here, let's open this building. I'm sure there's no one bad in here. Loki getting picked off by Michael. Michael has a Panzerschreck. He could fire that in there as a building AC weapon. Oh, juicy. I love you, buddy, but that was a little silly. He's dragged back. Michael, I think, is going to try to throw a grenade. Did he? Okay, yep, that knocks out Banks. I didn't see a grenade get thrown. That was a little concerning. Ah, I forgot. See, Banks has a mustache, and that mustache can block 9mm. See how effective that is? I mean, just... It can't block Mosin rounds, though. It can't block 7.62x5.4. It can only block 9mm. It's not rated for 7.62x5.4. Only lower calibers, like 9mm or 7.62x33, Tortev, whatever the fuck it's called. But Thunderbaner getting knocked out by Seven with that carbine. I swear, a carbine is just a baby M14. Change my mind. Or it could be a baby bar. Depends on your perspective. All right, Op4, I mean, doing a great job with infiltration here. The one place they're going to get resistance, though, is down here, but that'll cause these guys to fold back, and then maybe this force can then push across. So there's a lot of good areas here for Op4 to capitalize on Green 4's defensive placement here, and it's leaving a lot of Green 4 completely out of position for this AO. And it's really easy to guess where the freaking caches are, because this indicates there's a custom-placed building here. So it's, you know, in the custom-placed building. This one, it's in the custom-placed building. Mito gets walked up on. Chadwick, I think, hit him with the submachine gun there. Saven's got to be cautious now. But great use of tactics here, of having some forces establish bases of fire to pin the defensive force, and then have a flanking force come in and take units out. And that's really paying Op4 dividends here, because now Green 4 can't pull back into secondary defensive lines because they'll be caught in the open by the flanking force. And that also allows for the original pinning force to then push these positions as they're being flanked. Just watched Flux get fired at by 3 different shooters here. Maz on the rooftop and Thorn and Poe on the ground. All right, 1 cache was destroyed. Kane and Sam are running demolition. Legs is playing defensive in this window. He's gonna need to. He has a carbine, but that can knock people out. We're hearing AT firing into buildings. Good use as a shock weapon. We saw that in a previous round of FNF. For World War II only, because otherwise AT is not super effective against infantry because of how they have their body armor set up, but it was knocking down people left and right. I think it was round 1 EU. Someone got 4 kills with a bazooka just by firing into crowds of infantry. But again, that's why I like World War II FNF, because explosions actually do proper damage with ballistics. Compared to modern day, where they, I think, overscript the body armor's explosive resistance a little bit. And grenades are really more of just a harassing thing. Wow, Saven just tanked a lot of shells. Rounds. He got hit a few times, but that was it. Leg, I think, might have gotten King knocked out here, but Sam, who's the explosive guy, he might try to run around and flank. Saven gets blown away by a grenade that Bayant threw down. King wakes back up. Leg finds Sam, though, and takes him out. Sam was the explosive specialist. So now this group is going to be ineffective. And then you also have Op4 being breached on by Green 4 here. Kakir now holding with that PPSH. I never like it when people go prone, because that puts your head forward. So the first shot is probably going to go into your face. I would say sit up, make your chest more center mass. Michael got back up and is multi-tapped there. And then PPSH man gets stuck out the window. Thorn almost shoots Poe. Good knockout on Maz, but the bar gets him. Kakir is taken out by Poe. Good bit of harassment. Arcane came around. I think he was Op4's leader this round. Yep. He was probably taken out by Leg, but now it's Op4 smashing through this line. They will eventually take this position. Now, because that relief went up here instead of on the other side, this force is going to be hung out to dry. I think Green 4 is going to have some pretty solid defensive lines here to fight with this force, so it could still go either way. Handwich being knocked out, Sven failing his wake-up check. It's really just up to Leg to hold the position here, and then the remaining 5 Green 4 guys here to get as many kills as they can to alleviate this force. If they can do a good chunk, trade 1-to-1 even, I think we're looking at this match in Green 4's favor at that rate. Yeah, my tracer's just utterly bugged out in terms of the script. Here, sometimes if you hold the button down. There we go, yeah. Bayant get knocked out by Leg. We're seeing a lot of heavy hitters get knocked out left, right, and center. I mean, Flux got picked off early. Bay just got picked off and is getting double tapped. Despo's back here holding the line. He is an explosive specialist, so he's got to be careful, because if people don't have AT or explosives to deal with the cache, they check the closest bodies, and, you know, he's going to be delivering the AT that's needed to the cache if he dies right next to it. So we have Stark in the middle of a bunch of Op4 guys up here. Hiding out in a bush. He's listening to people pass him. Oh, he is baiting people on the mortar. Oh my god, that was brilliant. Oh, that was a great play by Stark. He waited for him to just sit himself on the mortar where he can't move his head and got a clear shot. That was great. Great grenade throw by Space Cowboy Carl. He managed to get it in this window. There was Op4 in there. They're now dead. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Grenades. Grenades. Time check. There is 30 minutes left in the round. No. 20 minutes left in the round. A little over 20. Corvo just got one tap by Jabby. And there's still a good chunk of Green 4 defenders here. Green 4 has the number advantage now. Let's look at the skull counts. Oh, yeah. Yep, Green 4 have evened it out a little bit in the CQC. And now you got Stark playing chicken with this Op4 group. He just picked off Ivan. Grenade just fell down the stairs. Freaking Phoenix out a little bit. So he's breaching and clearing with that PPSH. More grenades being thrown. Stark has to be careful because grenades apparently can blow up buildings. Ah, so he's throwing smokes now to conceal him. Phoenix hears that. He's going to corner camp. But Stark's here just to fucking harass people and keep entire sections pinned so that Op4 basically defeats themselves in detail. We have Timek doing the same thing. Puma's knocked out right there. And we're having the other half of the Op4 force coming around now. They're in some pretty heavy fighting here. Good old village fighting, man. It was like Timek was taken out. He was breached on by multiple people. And they're still shooting just to make sure he's dead. Because I've noticed the pistols and any pistol caliber, like the submachine guns that are being used, just do not seem to double tap properly. Like you have to mag dump to actually kill them off. But only a few shots will knock them out or kill them. Cool Breeze throwing an explosive charge. He's going to kill himself, but he's going to get the 3 kills here. Oh, it didn't blow up the building. Awkward. Bridge is finding a good angle. Pierce is able to pull back, but he got hit a few times there. Grenade thrown up to the doorway. Cool Breeze might come around the rear. No, he is in the building. Flanks and eliminates Koak with the M1 carbine. Just so much destruction happened in this building. I'm surprised it hasn't been blown up. Grenade being thrown inside. That appears to be a smoke. There's the building going down. Cool. Ace getting knocked out. Pierce still up with the DP-27. Stark got disconnected because I think he was killed off over there as well. I don't know. It's Green 4 had the numbers. Ah, that's why. They still have a force in the middle right here. And Op4 is bouncing back. Pierce got knocked out. They seem to be double tapped. You have Wallace really close to the objective. I don't think he has any explosives, though. I don't see any Op4 explosive specialists, but we have Thomas here with a Panzerschreck, and that will destroy a cache, but you have to use it at point blank, which means he might kill himself, too. And that sacrifice is only be good if Op4 can get the northern cache, but the few Green 4 guys are actually holding a proper defense. Despo is still an explosive specialist, though. Hasn't died yet. He could still deliver explosives to the Op4 force coming up here. But they do have Nova to the north as well, who is a surviving explosive specialist as well. Oh, man. 2 fights right here. Really could go either way for both of them. Coop now coming around. Wallace got found possibly by Eagle and taken out. Killer Wolf trying to put some flanking shots on Cool Breeze. Coop now, I think, watching the rear. Cool Breeze trying to return fire to keep that pin, but he's got a lot of people firing at him from different angles. But Cool Breeze survives. I think Coop just found an angle on the other Green 4 guy running around right here. I see a body. That would be his. Not sure if Coop got that or someone else. Maybe Zandu shot above Cool Breeze to get that one kill. You decide Leg get another kill right here. Leg still, it's the carbines tonight, man. Leg on 4 kills. He's been holding this building. Fez getting double tapped by Despo. It's the carbines, man. I don't know why, but they're just doing incredibly well this round. Numbers, I think, are even again, if not slightly in Green 4's favor again, but Green 4 just has so many forces just out in weirder positions that aren't that useful. So once Green 4 actually commits some of these to a side, I think Green 4 will be able to hold that side indefinitely. Wallace isn't waking back up. I doubt he will wake up for the rest of this game. Green 4 still outnumbered on the northern cache. It's 2v5, though. And Leg is on 4 kills. Despo's on 2. Wow, Squeak is on -1, which means he has killed a friendly. If you see a negative on the vehicle side, though, it just means that they somehow broke their parachute. But Op4, I mean, some of these guys here have also gotten a few kills, so... could go either way. I think we just saw Thrill House potentially get shot at by Squeak. But yeah, like, I mean, Carl could come in and destroy the cache. I think they're checking the buildings for the cache, but to me, it's really obvious which area has the freaking cache. We just need to get that explosive specialist moved up. I think they're waiting on Artisan or Thrill to call that this is clear. Did Leg just kill another one? Yes, he did. It's so funny to watch people run up to where dead friendlies are and get killed by the exact same thing. Don't get me wrong, I do it too because I'm an idiot, but it's so funny watching it happen again and again. All right, Op Force committing their 3 remaining guys on reserve over to the left flank. We'll see if they're able to spearhead Killer Wolf, otherwise it's the only guy left in this AO. I'm not sure if Martin was trying to fire through the windows to hit Killer. He does have a drum mag PPSH, though, but Norris has a Thompson and a Dream. 15 minutes remaining. This is going to be a very... this is probably going to go all the way at this rate. Artisan taking grenade fire and fire from Leg. Artisan returning fire as he's trying to use grenades to cook off the cache. He's going to need something more deadly. Despo coming around getting another kill. At this point, Artisan's resorting to mag dumping, but he gets shot by Leg. What a fucking keyhole right there. Damn. So now it's going to be up to Nova to get in there to destroy the cache, but these two are still alive and kicking. I think Green 4's got this, because they'd have to break through in 2 locations. Granted, the caches themselves are very lightly defended. It's just the people around it. Norris with the PPSH. Sorry, with the Thompson, gets mowed down by Killer Wolf's PPSH with the drum mag. He's not waking up anytime soon. Martin trying to come up with an M1 Garand. That PPSH headshot. See, like the double tapping is not really effective, but I doubt either Norris or Martin are going to wake back up. You just saw some fire coming over from this building here. You were being shot at from this angle. Why would you run back out? Pick a different one. I'm a little worried, though, because you got Eagle back here. He's locking this street down, so if Killer tries to flank around, he could potentially get shot. But now you got these 3 guys folding in. Green 4 committing more forces to the south. So we got a 2v2 up north. Killer Wolf and Cool Breeze. That's been happening a lot tonight. Much more so than last week. A lot of trades with the submachine gunners. Especially the submachine gunners, or even the pistol. It's just the light calibers seem to really trade a lot tonight. I wonder if Phoenix hears the footsteps in there, but Green 4 definitely hears Phoenix's footsteps. I think that's like the 5th or 6th trade I've seen. So it's just a wake-up war. Who's going to be up first? Who managed to get more bullets than the other person? Who's going to win that uncon lottery? Sometimes they both don't. Phoenix spotted by Thorn and engaged. Shots missed. Someone else got killed. It's only Nova up there. His assistant was there. Phoenix, I think, popping smokes. That's a frag. Just they weren't close enough. More frags going off. Is Poe shooting at Eagle? No, he wouldn't be able to see him through this little wheat field here. Phoenix flanking around. It's going to catch Eagle out of position. Gets a hit on him. Otherwise, isn't able to finish it off. Now you got Juicy and Den coming around. I think Green 4 has this at this point. Phoenix caught in the street, knocked out by Thorn. Shot in the rear, though, by, I believe, Den. That was definitely a Mosin. I think both of them have Mosins, though. Oh, no, Den has the... He found the Springfield. So Nova's the only one up there. Now you got these two. Green Shade's probably going to double tap Phoenix. Shoot him. Shoot him now. Parker pushing. I think that's the Browning. No, that's the 1919 A6. There's the double tap. Green got him. Wow. They got someone, because I heard a death scream. Oh, they hit him. Surprisingly, he didn't go down. I think that was a clip of the arm then, because usually a Mosin will knock someone out, even with one hit. Grenades being thrown. That has to be a smoke grenade. Yep. So that's going to billow that house completely with smoke. Nova died. No, Nova's not dead. Nova's like right on top of a smoke grenade mark, so the red kind of bled into that. Leg on 8 kills, Despo on 3. That's fucking ridiculous. Just goes to show you, I think the carbines tonight have just been amazing. Den pushing with a handgun here. They're really not concerning themselves with flanks here. Wow. Anderson, no. Green Shade saved Warwick there as Juicy went to unload him. Now you got Den running around, and then it's just going to be up to Nova. But I think this is GG at this point. What DayZ server am I planning to join? I will make a command for it when we get into the next intermission cycle, which will probably only be in a few minutes in all honesty. Green Shade going for the double tap. And there it is. So Den is trying to use the range he has with the Springfield to pick people off, but if Green 4 is smart, they're going to stay in a defensive formation around the cache. You might see a little bit of movement around here as they try to search for the remaining guy, but that is it. Meanwhile, Nova is doing what I would do in this situation and being incredibly cautious and a little scared of pushing into that zone because they're alone and they don't know what the fuck to do. Don't worry, I am in that situation all the damn time. It's like when I play DayZ. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Green Shade dodging a Springfield marksman round. Round's going well. We're in the cleanup phase that I predicted of happening, where the round's only being extended by a few guys still alive. Time-wise, we have 8.5 minutes remaining. Actually, yeah, it's down there now on the bottom right. I haven't seen that literally in 2 weeks. So it's funny to have that go. Nova, again, doing his best to find an angle. He's throwing grenades around. You could use that as a distraction. I mean, when you think about it, all he has to do is run in there, put a charge, and leave. But Leg has such a good position right here, directly overwatching the opening of that cache. Like, this is such a good spot. But that's why Op4 have explosives to blow up the buildings, as we've seen happen a few times this round. Tender saw Shade. If he fires, though, Eagle might be able to come around and flank him. totally going to go down to time, though. Nova's best bet is to literally throw smoke grenades on this, move in, put the demo, and leave. And just take it to CQC, because there's no other way he's going to get this. Because he doesn't know who's in what building. So I get he's being cautious here. But at this point, you don't want to try to get in a one-on-one firefight when you're the last guy. You want to be the guy that throws smokes, tries to get in there, puts the charges, and then fucks off immediately. Because if you don't know how many people might be in these buildings. That's me trying to put it from a deliberate angle instead of a metagame angle, because we know no one's in there, except Despo is now, but, I mean, concealment would be your friend, because you'd have to imagine they're locking down this cache site. Leg's about to shoot Nova in the back. No, Leg's looking at a different angle. Uh-oh. That free fire. And the grenade gets him. You didn't hear the rattling of that. All right. I'm going to keep on Den's third person. I will be right back. I'm going to refill my water glass. Op 4's eliminated. Well, that played out. Lovely camera angle. Oh, it went to the outside, didn't it? Oh, well. All right, that is GG. Well, we will see the next branch of World War II FNF next year. All right, let them get their kills there. And there's the call. Wolves, can you pay it out to green for? Rounds were close tonight. All right. Final intermission I'm going to do tonight. I need to go onto Twitch. We need to activate our extensions. Because now we're going to play some fun games. Let that run. And get out of here. All right, that's going. Now we just need to set up a few commands here. I can kill the music. Yep, we're going to do some more DayZ. I just got to switch everything out here. All right, that should be good. Let me start booting up the mod set, and then I'm going to make a DayZ command. And then I have to go set that up, and then change out my other commands, and we should be good. Hell, I have to look up if I can even make a command here, but let me go ahead and kill